Tennessee thing. Well, I'm holding on.
Back in the booth, back on the airwaves, coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. I am John Reed, joined to my right, maybe left if you're watching on video, by my heterosexual life mate, Cody McClure. I got the P team, Sam Beard, and Bubba Bad News, Bubba. We are locked and loaded for this Wednesday edition of TalkSports, the world's greatest radio show in Tennessee. Cody McClure, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing pretty well. Good morning. It's good to be here. Good to be anywhere. Hello to you and everyone and the freaks. Good morning, freaks. Freaky, get freaky with me. I'm doing good. I slept good. I went to sleep at like 9. What was that? 8. I was finishing up the Cowboys program at like 8:45. And I want to say,
you finished that yet? You've been taking a slow burn.
I've been taking it real slow. And I got one episode left. So I finished Cocaine Cowboy, the Michael Irvin part of the story, at like it was about 9 o'clock. So I went to sleep somewhere shortly after 9 p.m. So I woke up feeling pretty refreshed. I slept so long that my back hurts because if I sleep too long, let's see, what time did I wake up? 6:30 maybe. So that's, what is that, 9.5 hours, something like that. My back hurt. Sometimes my mattress, if I sleep too long, it's a dangerous game. You know, if you don't sleep long enough, you're not well rested. But if you sleep too long, or at least with me, I just wake up in pain. So I don't know if that's a mattress thing or a me thing, but I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm happy you got some sleep. That's good.
Yeah, it's important this week. I figured I need to take one day at least to get some sleep because I doubt I'll get much the rest of the week. So try to catch up where we can on a Tuesday. You know, it's going to be a long week / weekend. Because really the party gets started like kind of tonight, but really tomorrow. People are going to start partying. Those Georgia folks come up. It's always big when Georgia's in town because it's so close, the proximity. You got so many people who know people there, and they know us here. And, my cousin goes to UGA. Oh, my sister, she's at Tennessee, and everybody. It's a big party. So a lot of Atlanta people here, obviously. It's going to be fun. How you doing?
I'm solid. I'm fired up.
Like a rock.
I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. Football. Georgia on my mind. Shout out to Ray Charles and Sam Beard and Willie Nelson. And I'm sure a bunch of other people have covered that song too. But
yeah,
that's what Sam said on Monday, and it rings true. I am ready for Saturday. Getting down to the nitty-gritty when it comes to tickets, though, I will say. Not like I'm panicking or nothing. We'll find our way in. It'll happen. Just may have to break the bank here to get in. But we'll be there. We'll be locked and loaded. We'll be ready to go.
I've had quite a few people reach out about tickets.
Not with any bargains just yet.
No, I mean, I had a couple that, very fairly priced, just a little out of my range. But hopefully we can find something here. Closer you get to kickoff, you can find something. You ever use that Game Time app?
Actually, no. I'm sticking to Ticketmaster. After the way SeatGeek screwed me. They're eliminated. They have they'll never get another dollar from me unless I just sell my Titans tickets on there. But I have to sell my Titans tickets on there because they're official partners and it's just easier. But they'll never get a dollar from me buying tickets on there again. So I'm going to try just to stick to Ticketmaster because that's more direct.
I know Game Time's solid, I think, Cody.
I know even on the resale, they'll still get it to me. StubHub, no offense to Game Time. I'm not going to trust anybody.
I never used it before, but I had somebody tell me about it this weekend. So I've been looking at it. And then I think Vivid Seats, though, that's actually that's where the university sends you, right? If you go to like utsports.com and click on tickets.
Is that still the case? Because I want to say over the last couple of years, Danny's developed a relationship with Ticketmaster,
or maybe it's ESPN. I go to.
Yeah, I think that might be.
Maybe that's what it is.
What it is, but I'm pretty sure Tennessee's just got a partnership, even resale wise, with Ticketmaster.
Yeah, if I go on ESPN and click on tickets, it sends me to Vivid Seats for some reason. I guess that's their partner. How many tickets do you need? 8+.
Sam, you good over there this morning?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Had I wouldn't say an early night, but it was like one of my non-sports nights of the week. Watched a little movie. Riff Raff. Weird movie.
Riff Raff?
Riff Raff.
Is the name of the movie?
Yeah. Nothing about
Riff
Raff.
I thought you were going to tell me you watched Spring Breakers with Riff Raff in it. Well, no. Not exactly Riff Raff, but James Franco playing.
It was called Riff Raff, but there was no Riff Raff in it. Very interesting. I like movies that have an interesting cast and then just a really strange plot after it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Jennifer Coolidge, Ed Harris.
Well, Jennifer Coolidge at what time?
I'm sick of Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge, like over the last couple of years, or
yeah,
Jennifer Coolidge, like whenever she was like anonymous and everyone only really remembered her from being the mom of Stifler, the first one that was out here preying on young men in American Pie.
The movie was made last year, so I would say it's recent.
Yeah.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah, Capital One Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah, I'm with you, Cody. She was annoying to me too.
Just really annoying at this
Not
point.
Bend and Snap, Legally Blonde Jennifer Coolidge.
No.
That was still kind of charming. I'm taking the dog, jackass.
Not that, I don't think.
Once she did that second season of White Lotus, I was out. I was like, I've seen enough of Jennifer Coolidge.
She was great in Legally Blonde, though, I will say.
Riff Raff. Riv, Raff, Ruv.
It was like a mobster kind of. Like Bill Murray and Pete Davidson were like hitmen kind of. And they were coming after this family. And Ed Harris was married to Gabrielle Union. It was just a very strange cast for a strange plot.
Do they just like draw straws for the characters in the movie?
It sure felt like it.
55% on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay.
It was one of those movies that I just kind of, you kind of walk into just completely blind. And as it plays out, you're like, what the hell is happening here? Yeah. But it keeps you entertained.
I like going into movies like that sometimes. Mm-hmm. I went to a movie like that yesterday. I went to the movies, as I'm one to do on Tuesdays. There's a movie called The Threesome out there. And I didn't really know what it was about other than
Cody just perked up as soon as he said that.
I assumed there would be
when
a threesome.
I hear the word threesome, it gets my attention.
Which there was a threesome at the very beginning of the movie. And then just I thought maybe it's just going to be I didn't know if it was going to be like a sexy rom-com. I didn't know if like one of the people in the threesome was going to end up being like a killer. I really didn't know what I was going into. And it was not exactly the path I was expecting, but I enjoyed it. After the opening like 15 minutes of the threesome, not a lot of sexy stuff in it, though, so don't go in there too excited, Cody.
Okay. If you say so.
Bubba, how's it going, my friend?
My question for you, gentlemen, this morning is how many events in a row must something be considered for a streak?
3.
All right, well, it looks like the Emperor's men's softball team is officially on a losing streak.
Oh, no. I thought you were going to say winning streak.
Oh, no.
We are now 0-3 for the season.
To me, you lose once, obviously not a streak. 2 is just you lost back-to-back. Once you hit 3, you're on a 3-game losing streak. That's the way I look at it.
We call that a three-peat of losing, a threesome of losses.
I like to think 3's a skid, 4's a streak.
I was kind of leaning toward 4, too, when Bubba first asked the question. But 3 it does sound like a streak a little bit.
I feel like in baseball lingo, you hear like, oh, the team's on a 3-game skid right now. But then, I think you get higher into the numbers.
They could just be interchangeable.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I was going to say I've heard 4 or 5, 6 game skid too. I think that's just a baseball word. Now, if you told me like baseball, that's just like, if you get swept, do you call it a 3-game losing streak? No, you probably just say we got swept. But like if it's 3 games extending over 2 series, you lose the last one to somebody and the first to the next one. I think that's a losing streak. I feel good with my answer of 3. I'm sticking with that.
3's good, but 4 did pop into my head. 3 to 4, it's somewhere right in there.
Hopefully, we do not make it a 4-game losing streak.
Do you have a tough game coming up against a tough team?
No, it's just last night it was half and half. My hit streak officially ended, so
that's what I was about to ask.
Just a day for streaks, man. It was not great. You know what I did? I struck out. I whiffed twice last night.
Oh no, were you drunk?
No, I just woke up like 15 minutes before the game, and I got there, and I was like, man, I do not really want to be here, but hey, why not? We're already out here with the boys, after 9 o'clock on a Tuesday night in beautiful Knoxville, Tennessee.
You know what? I'm glad you got a nap in, though. That's more important than your softball game. I'm glad you got a nap.
I mean, I was too. You get home from work, you get cleaned up, you're just like, man, that pillow looks really comfortable.
That is a terrible feeling, though, when you take a good nap, but then you wake up and you got to go do something, especially something you don't really want to do. That would happen to me every now and then in kickball. Like you get home, take a little nap, and then you got kickball. You're like, I don't want to get up and go play kickball.
That's usually the necessity of the nap, though.
Yeah.
Like you got something you got to do and you're too tired. I got to get a nap in here.
Sometimes it's something you want to do, but very rarely. Very, very rarely.
Just tough because last night the ump strike zone was a little high. He's like, it's from my head down to about my belly button. I'm just like, okay, you're maybe like an inch taller than me, so I don't know how that affects things. And then you get in your own head because you swing and miss on the first one. It's like, wow, this guy, what am I doing here? And then he keeps throwing it high and, outside a little bit, but because it's men's league softball, you feel like you got to get a hit. You don't want to take walks because if you take walks in this kind of, league and environment, get out of here, bro.
I completely agree, but it was to my detriment sometimes in softball and kickball. I wasn't taking any pitches. I was just going to swing. The ball bouncing, rolling 4 feet out of the zone, I was going to kick it. Who cares? I'm not there to take walks. Let's just get this over with. Softball, same thing. You do feel really dumb, though, when you go after, you chase one or you hit one you shouldn't and you mess up, though, or you get out. You're like, that was stupid. I let the team down.
Absolutely. But the good news is we'll be back at it again next week at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday. So,
what's the latest game that they run?
That softball goes late sometimes, man.
Typically it's the 9 o'clock.
Yeah, there's one that you go there at 10 o'clock, man.
But that all depends on like when time you get to start the game. Because last night the team before us kind of went like 5 to 10 minutes over, so we started about like 9:15, and we went to like 10:05, 10:10ish.
Yeah. Forget that in the middle of the week. I think I would have stayed home and just turned that nap into just sleep, Bubba, at that point, because it sounds like you were sleeping at like 8 o'clock. You should have just stayed in bed like Cody did.
Yeah, because then you get your juices flowing, you get going again, and then it's probably tough to go to sleep after that, wasn't it?
I mean, yeah, I had to make a little concoction on the stove, and
I know what you mean. Yeah,
I just fixed a bunch of scrambled eggs and biscuits, man. That's all I was feeling last night.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking of. Thinking about that nighttime tea concoction.
Buck writes in, a streak is what happens when Cody eats Mexican. That's disgusting.
Oh, come on.
That's a bad way to start a morning.
Hey, shout out, Buck.
Come on, Buck.
Come on, man. Come on. The
Also,
chat is popping. Hop into YouTube, watch, interact, like, share. If you got us on the app, we appreciate you. If you're listening on radio, salute. Tap in, check in, let us know. We do appreciate you. I still don't know if we ever got hour 3 of the podcast up, Sam. I kept getting messages at like 9 p.m. last night saying that hour 3 was still hour 2.
It's been taken care of.
As in you did it today, just now?
It's been taken care of.
So Sam didn't fix it yesterday? Because Sam told me he fixed it yesterday.
I mean, I changed it 30 minutes after the show because I was cutting up the best of, and I was getting into the hour 3, and I realized, wait, this is just hour 2 again.
Well, I got messages at like 8:30, 9 p.m. So like maybe I don't know. Maybe it got changed on some and didn't get changed on others. I don't know, Sam. Bubba, thank you for getting it fixed. If you did,
if I didn't get it fixed, then I'm just a liar. I'm a thief. I'm a hooligan.
Well,
whatever you want me
I
to
ain't got
call.
no room for liars, thieves, and hooligans.
If you're a
in my
SoundCloud
circle.
listener, I replaced the file there. I don't know if it got to like Apple and Spotify.
It should.
And all that stuff.
That may be what it was.
It should, but I was getting messages about it, and nothing irks me more than when I get messages about that damn podcast.
Podcast.
Just go watch on YouTube. They document it all. It's all there.
Yesterday, not a great day for the P team. We're just trying to make it better today.
That's all I ask. Just 1% better every day, boys. 1% better every day. And if you don't, it's fine. Don't let it turn into 2 bad days or 3 bad days. You know why?
We make it a streak.
Because that's a streak. We don't want a bad day streak going. All right, send us a break. We'll get into some football coming up next. Let's talk sports on Fanrun Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fanrun Radio.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-8899-789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet. Ready to launch your career? Axel Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axel proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axel, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axel Logistics is the place to start your career. Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball that scored points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Tracks batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Good morning. It's still running slow, trying to get up towards the Tri-Cities as a working accident. Actually, 2 separate wrecks in Jefferson County. It's I-81 northbound around the 5-mile marker, just past the I-40 split. Again, extra travel time up towards the Tri-Cities this morning as THP's got their hands full there in Jefferson County on the scene of that wreck. I-81 northbound at the 5-mile marker. Fountain City Jewelers is your diamond engagement ring headquarters. Stop by and see Mark Eadings today at Fountain City Jewelers next to Litton's. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
game that I feel like we have a chance to win. Best chance we've had in a long time, but it's still Georgia, man. It's still it's Kirby's program. It's tough to overcome what they do sometimes. So
Chat's roasting Bubba.
How come?
Bubba. He had us muted right when we get to Tennessee football. Right when I was getting the people fired up. That we're now on a streak. Now this chat's saying, Bubba, we're now on a streak. Damn, I love this guy. I love that we're sitting here eye to eye now. You're like Wilson from Home Improvement. You ever watch Home Improvement? You have an idea what I'm talking about, Sam? You have any idea? No, you never watched Home Improvement. What about you? You ever watched Home Improvement?
I've watched Home Improvement.
You know how Wilson, you can only see his eyes. He was the fence. That's how Bubba is with that computer. I never get to see below his nose. It's just his eyes and up, just like Wilson.
Tim Allen, great show.
Yeah. We're setting the stage for Tennessee, Georgia. Cody's nervous. I've already heard Sam straight up told me yesterday he thought Georgia was going to beat us.
He didn't want to tell you.
Yeah.
He didn't want to admit to it, but he was saying in the office yesterday, he's like, yeah, I don't feel good about it.
He straight up told me we're going to lose, and that's why he's going to the wedding. He said he didn't even have to go to this wedding. He just didn't want to be around to watch us lose.
Let me just say this, Sam. As someone who's experienced this before, 2022 Alabama, I didn't spring for the $500 ticket, $600 ticket, whatever it was. Maybe you could have got in for $400 by kickoff. I don't know how. I didn't spring for it because I think deep in my heart, I didn't truly believe.
It wasn't deep in your heart. You told everybody on the radio all week you didn't believe.
I knew we were going to beat Bama in 2022. I was saying it that week. I don't feel good this week.
I didn't know we were going to beat Bama. I thought it'd be a back and forth, high scoring, tough game, and it could have gone either way, which is exactly what happened. And we did get the better of them, and I'll always regret not being there that night. Had I known, in hindsight, I would have dropped the $500. Hell, I would have spent $1,000 on a ticket to have been there that night. But that's the thing with sports. When you don't know the outcome, it's a gamble, a risk you take in paying big money for the ticket. So,
I mean, I would be at the game.
Yeah, if you believed. If you thought we were going to win, you'd be there. But you don't. So you got all of a sudden this wedding that you just can't miss. Despite saying you're not even that good of friends with this guy. It's crazy to me. Crazy to me. Bubba, how are you feeling on this Wednesday? Are you going to bring some positivity? Are you on my side? Is it left side, strong side here? Or is it just 3 against 1 when it comes to a kitty cat fight?
I'm not necessarily bringing negativity.
Yeah. What about our defensive tackles, John?
I'm on the fence.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
God.
For the Georgia Bulldogs, John.
Got me.
I think we're going to put them in a blender with the lid. We're going to take it off. We're going to go everywhere up and down the field. It's going to be messy. It's not going to be pretty.
For us going up and down the field, or what do you mean?
For them, we're going to absolutely just run the table.
We're just going to run it up and down the
House
field?
always wins, Cody. House always wins. And we're the house.
Yeah.
I think our running game is going to be very explosive. I think we might struggle a little bit because, Tim Banks and, those little short passes over the middle and, short yard situations, not our best situation. But, hey, who cares? We got to send guys on streaks, apparently. We got to have at least, 6 deep balls, apparently, according to, Mr. Brooks Austin.
I think we might struggle a little bit is selling the Georgia program short.
I think Boo Carter might actually get his first return against the season against Georgia, make up for last season.
He looked pretty electric against. I know it was just ETSU, obviously, but whenever he had the ball in that first quarter, especially like on the punt returns, just like, oh, this is why Tennessee put up with him being.
It was kind of mean. Like it looked so easy.
It was a little bit, but it was also like, oh, this is why Tennessee is putting up with this headache. This is why the team just hasn't been like, you know what, get out of here, because there is just a lot of football talent in that body, you know what I mean? And he is just toying with them. Now, is he going to be able to toy with Georgia? No, but there seems like a chance, Bubba, for a big play there. For sure.
You just got to ask yourself what you believe in more. Neyland Stadium and a big game and what you've seen from Josh Heupel's program in that setting, or do you believe more in what Kirby Smart is able to do against Tennessee? Because Kirby Smart's had a lot of success against Tennessee. His teams are always prepared for the game. You know, we've heard this in other years. I think it's magnified a little bit this year because we're getting them so early. But we've seen many other football seasons where they have not looked their sharpest, and then they were still ready to go for the Tennessee game. There was that year against Missouri. They didn't, they had to go to Columbia and just in a dogfight for a win. There was, they played Kent State, looked terrible against Kent State a couple of years ago. Georgia's had these games, Kentucky last year. They've had a number of these games where they haven't looked good, and it kind of gives us hope, but then Kirby gets them ready to go for Tennessee. Now, I will say most of those have been with us going to play in Athens. So how much do you believe in Neyland? That's the question.
I feel like that is the most talked about point, but also feel like it's also the most kind of just like disrespected point. Like, I think, and the more I thought about it, you aren't going to come in here and nickel and dime your way to a win if you're Georgia and you're Gunner Stockton. Like, I was thinking a lot about this, and I'm not going to act like Tennessee hasn't lost inside Neyland Stadium over the last, 15, 20 years. But I feel like for the most part in big games against good teams, when I say against good teams, I mean when Tennessee has a good team, you've had to kind of have some special quarterback play or sometimes just be wearing a Florida jersey because God knows that series has been a little cursed. But when you get a big game atmosphere inside Neyland Stadium and the atmosphere is matched by the team, because there's been big atmospheres against Alabama and Georgia in the past where the team hasn't been up to the challenge. The quarterback has to be a real somebody. He has to be a real MFer. He has to have some swag, and he's got to have some confidence, and he's got to have some gunslinging in him. But he's also got to have, be oozing with, NFL talent. You know what I mean? Like, Baker Mayfield checks those boxes. He stared down a ferocious Neyland Stadium, and he got his ass beat for 3 quarters. But he had what I'm talking about. He had that gumption. He had that talent. He had that confidence, that swagger. And guess what he did? He walked you down, and he stared you in the face, and he beat you. And guess what? He went number 1 overall. Bryce Young, I would say he stared down Neyland Stadium. I would say that the way he played in 22, Cody, I understand why you didn't think Tennessee was going to win because Bryce Young was superhuman that day. And if Jahmyr Gibbs would have caught an open pass, they probably would have gotten in better field goal range and kicked a game-winning field goal.
He was also a Heisman winner.
He's also a Heisman winner. He's also the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
He's also the number 1 pick. So, those are the 2 guys that I've looked at, and I've said, you know what? They handled a good team, a really good team inside Neyland Stadium in a really big moment, and they came out on the other side. Bryce Young lost, but he played really, really well. Baker Mayfield didn't even play that good for 3 quarters, but he made plays at the end. Otherwise, I went through the list. And I went all the way back to 2003 in terms of losses when Tennessee was even ranked. Like when it was a ranked matchup and who was able to get the best, inside Knoxville. How many times have we lost when we're ranked?
I can think of a couple that would be different than this narrative. I can only think of 2 though.
Well, what 2 jump out to you?
04 Auburn.
I mean, Jason Campbell was a first-round pick.
But you don't consider him a, quote, MFer.
I consider him a first-round pick, though. I mean,
I consider that us just getting beat by a better team.
That's fine, but, my point also includes, you got to be oozing with NFL talent. And I'm not saying Jason Campbell is necessarily oozing with NFL talent, but he was a first-round pick. He was a first-round quarterback.
Okay.
So, there's something
Cadillac
there.
Williams,
I mean,
Ronnie
Matt
Brown.
Corral came in here and had a pretty good night. and he's not oozing with NFL talent.
He did. That Tennessee team was what, 4-3,
Yeah,
3-3.
We're talking about when Tennessee's also good.
Like Tennessee was 3-3. Now I'll give you the atmosphere. It was a big game, but Tennessee was 3-3, I believe.
Yeah, we're talking about when Tennessee's also good. So,
like Josh Heupel's losses so far at home. He lost to Carson Beck in 2023. Tennessee was ranked at I think 23rd. I don't think there was anywhere equal talent between Georgia and Tennessee. But at that point, Carson Beck, people thought was a top 5 pick. But you lost to Carson Beck. In 2021, you lost to Kenny Pickett, who I do think had a little bit of that MFer in him. But Tennessee, of course, that's Josh Heupel's second game, Joe Milton. And even then, he's a top 20 pick. He's an NFL guy. Matt Corral did run wild on you in 2021. Third round pick, 94th. I mean, whatever. I'm not going to act like he was oozing with NFL talent, but I also don't think the 2025 Vols and 2021 Vols are really comparable in that.
Yeah, it's year one, Heupel.
And Stetson Bennett, he beat you when you were unranked at the end of that year, beat your brains in. Those are the only losses at home Josh Heupel's had.
06 LSU, that was Jamarcus Russell.
Number 1 overall pick.
I was at that game. That was disheartening.
I got the list of guys that have beaten you.
2016 Alabama, that would have been a top 10 matchup.
Yep, and I mean, that's Jalen Hurts. It depends on what you think about Jalen Hurts as an NFL guy or Jalen Hurts as a MF or whatever you want to say. Jalen Hurts came in, he beat you. I mean, I think Jalen Hurts has proven he's been pretty damn good. Was he pretty damn good at that point as a freshman? I don't know, but you could also say that the talent wasn't really that even either. But it was a top 10 matchup, and they're on the list. Jalen Hurts came in and got you.
I mean, 2012 Florida, you weren't a top 10 team, but it was a big atmosphere. College game day was here.
Yep. You were number 23. They came in and beat you. And look, you're going to find that in the Georgia series, or the Florida series a little bit, just because, like I said, there's a Florida roadblock, or there especially was back then. Chris Leak got you in 07 as well, a 1-point game. Now that team went
06.
on. Was it 06?
Yeah. 07, they beat us 59-20.
Okay. You're right. I wrote the number down there wrong. Okay, 06, they came in and got you.
That was a classic game.
Yeah, Chris Leak, not doesn't check those boxes, but that team obviously loaded with talent. That's a national championship team. Brady Quinn came in and got you in 04 when Tennessee was ranked number 9. Of course, he ends up being a first-round talent. He ends up being one of those guys that was oozing with NFL talent. The only one that I look at that I scratched my head at was DJ Shockley. Got you in 05. Now, Tennessee was ranked number 8 at the time.
Disaster season.
You go 5-6. So you can draw your own conclusions there of whether or not Tennessee was an actual good team or not. I'm not going to just have a caveat for every time it's happened. You got beat by that Georgia team. You went 5-6. I think this team we got now is better than 5-6.
So your point is that to come into Neyland when it's a big game and both teams are big, both teams are good, you got to have somebody special at quarterback, generally speaking, to beat Tennessee. And Gunnar Stockton doesn't seem like that guy.
That's what I'm hanging my hat on. Like, I don't think you're going to come in here and dink and dunk your way to a victory inside Neyland Stadium in a big atmosphere, in big moments. Like, I don't think that.
I like your approach. I guess there's just a couple that I would question on, like, you just got beat better by a better team.
Mm-hmm.
Like the two I thought of were 2016 Alabama, which I think we know that the way that turned out, like, take Jalen Hurts out of the equation, though. Like, that Alabama team kicked our ass. And we ended up not holding up as a really good team that year. Like,
sure.
We were, top 10 at the time, but we lost to Vanderbilt that year. So, and then 04 Auburn would be the other one where I was kind of like, I don't know, that like felt like just a better team beat us. But I think your point holds up for the most part.
Yeah, and who knows, maybe I won't pretend like I really remember Jason Campbell like as some big stud. I kind of remembered him even in college as a game manager. I was just saying he had enough to be a first round pick. Like he at least got drafted in the first round. And I ain't seen anybody really projecting Gunnar Stockton to be an NFL type of guy, right? Am I wrong there? I mean, has anybody Anybody talking about him at all in terms of like even down the line if he develops, like watch out for this quarterback? I haven't seen that.
No, I mean, unless Tennessee's going to be his breaking out party, like he hadn't really shown much as being anything special at Georgia.
Like even in his like best case scenario, I haven't seen them talking about him as an NFL guy really.
How do you think he played in the Sugar Bowl? I mean, because he's played in a big game at least.
I've been saying it the last months. and I'll say it again. I think I said it yesterday. I hate because I do so much stuff this time of year. I talk so many different platforms that I don't want to like repeat myself because there's some people that just listen to all of it. Which shout out to you guys, love you guys. But like I thought Gunnar Stockton had completely no pressure, which is crazy for a playoff game. But like I thought he went into the Notre Dame game with no pressure. He was the kid that shouldn't have been playing, that was in. And, hey, if you're able to just hit any passes, we're going to clap and say good job. And if we lose, it's not your fault. So I thought you actually saw him play with more confidence and freer in the playoff game than you saw him play at home against two teams that he should beat. And the only thing that makes sense to me is that just the pressure's different. It's one thing to be the guy with house money. It's one thing to be like, hey, well, we're just hooking up. Yeah, it's all casual. And all of a sudden you're moved in. You're the boyfriend. You're the husband. You got all these damn responsibilities. It's not as fun anymore. I liked when I just got to see you when I wanted to see you. I liked that. Oh, yeah, I'm out with my friends, but I'll come see you afterwards. But now all of a sudden we're married.
I don't want to go to the farmer's market.
Yeah, I don't want to go to the farmer's market. I don't
I've
want
never
these
been
two
to a
damn
farmer's
kids.
market in my life.
I don't want these two damn kids. It's not as fun anymore. To me, like it's the same type of pressure getting ramped up. Like now he's had the whole entire offseason. It's his program. It's his team. It's his program. And he's got national championship aspirations. Sam picked Georgia to win the national championship this year, right?
Yeah.
So like, and I'm not singling you out or anything. I'm just saying like that's where their expectations were. Like he had to be the guy that
you did too, by the way.
Huh?
You did too, by the way.
I didn't make a pick for that.
You said if I had to pick my national champion, it'd be Georgia.
If I had to, doesn't mean I picked. I didn't pick anybody.
I said the exact same thing. If I had to pick, it'd be Georgia too.
I feel like you were running around saying Georgia's my pick. You were making picks actively. You said get me a.
I don't know if you can say that like your first career start being the college football playoff game is just no pressure. Like I think that's walking into a pressure cooker.
I think it's complete house money. I think it's complete house money. I think it's similar to like when Tua gets to take over for Jalen Hurts, and like Jalen Hurts was, had them dead in the water, and Tua gets to come in, and all of a sudden there's a big boost to the team, and he's looking good, and it's out. I just think it's different when you're the starting guy or you're the fill-in. And I think he's the fill-in in the college football playoff.
I don't think that was just like a spring on, like day of the game. Hey, Gunnar Stockton, we realized that Carson Beck's not healthy. We're going to have to go out there and start. Like,
no, but it was like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's adequate time to kind of prepare. And you're thinking, wow, we're Georgia. We're the gold standard of college football right now. I have to go out there and I have to prove to not only my team, but the rest of the country that I'm a quarterback that's worthy of playing in this system. And it's the college football playoff, and you got to keep the streaks alive of Kirby and that Georgia team being able to make a deep run. Like, I don't think you can say that's house money necessarily. I think there's a ton of pressure on his shoulders.
Well, I feel like I can say it because he played poorly in that game and he didn't lose his job, and people still thought very highly of them this year. So like all those things you just said that it was on the line, like none of it mattered, did it? It's not like he played poorly enough and they like took his job from him and like went out in the portal and signed somebody else. Like, because he didn't play.
I don't think he was terrible in that game.
You think he played good though? Like, you think he proved that he was a quarterback? Like that he was a quarterback.
An all right performance.
Yeah, it was all right. So like, it's like they looked at him and said, we're going to replace him. He didn't play good in that game. That's not the Georgia standard. I don't think he lived up to Georgia standard there against Notre Dame. Like, I don't think he played good in that game. Now, I'll agree with you that he played fine. Like, I don't necessarily think he was a reason they lost. But I didn't think that he, covered himself in glory. And, if there was actual pressure, as much pressure as you're acting. Now, maybe there's the truth somewhere in the middle, Sam, of me saying house money versus you saying he had the same amount of pressure. Like, the truth's probably somewhere in the middle. But, I just looked at it as it's different when you're the guy versus when you are the replacement. And I think through 2 games, you've seen that pressure kind of take itself. Like, if you go back and watch the playoff game, Sam, he's actually throwing the ball down the field a little bit, which makes me think like it's more of house money. Like I'm going to be a gunslinger. I'm not really worried about making mistakes because I got to try to make some plays.
I mean, I think it was more like what Notre Dame, I think, plays defense a lot like Tennessee's going to play defense on Saturday. Like they trust those corners to go out there and put them on an island and play man-to-man coverage. And I thought Georgia, in that sense, it was saying, hey, Gunnar Stockton, we trust you to go push the ball downfield. Like I was watching Brooks Austin's Tennessee defensive breakdown last night, and he was kind of saying like, he was pointing out that Tennessee does a lot of that in terms of leaving corners on islands, and was kind of saying like, man, I don't even know if I would do this against Georgia because it's just too easy for the guy to just say, hey, I'll trust my guy one-on-one. Like I think you should go in there and mix some coverages up and kind of change some things defensively so that you make Gunnar Stockton think and play the actual position of quarterback instead of just, hey, I can trust my 5-star blue chip talent on the outside to go win one-on-one.
Now, I don't disagree with that premise in terms of mixing things up. I do still want to play some one-on-one on the outside because I think you want to send pressure at him too. I think you want to make him make mistakes and get him rattled. And I think, sending blitzes is a part of that. And I think if you can play one-on-one on the outside, then you can obviously have more freedom with blitzes. So do you expect him to actually come in and do what Kirby's asking then in terms of letting it rip and push the ball down the field? Like, are you expecting him to come out and look more like he did against Notre Dame and actually throw the ball down the field? Because that's not really been the narrative, with Brooks or with Kirby or with anybody else looking. They're calling him check down Charlie. They're saying he's scared to make mistakes. So are you thinking he flips that switch against Tennessee?
I think they're going to try it at least at the start. I do feel like that Georgia offense is going to test the two corners that, you were expecting it to be Jermod McCoy and Ricky Gibson kind of coming into the year and not going to have those guys there. I do imagine that Georgia's going to try and test it. Will it work or not? I think that's obviously going to be a huge point of this game and part of that game plan. And so I think I trust Colton Hood and Ty Redmond, though, to go make plays on the outside. And I think at that point, the thing it comes down to me is just not getting killed on play action stuff and over the middle. That's still my main concern is kind of the over the middle stuff. Not those. I'm not as concerned with, Gunnar Stockton completing 3 or 4 40-yard deep balls necessarily. It's more the over the middle stuff.
We'll continue the conversation on the other side. It's going to be a chess match, and, maybe there is the secret playbook. Maybe there is like, hey, I'm going to go in there and just let it rip because I think we have to do that if we're Georgia. We have to maybe hit some of those deep plays. That'll be the game of chess that Kirby and Heupel and Gunnar Stockton and Tim Banks play. We'll continue this discussion on the other side. It's TalkSports on Fanrun Radio.
Can't get enough Fanrun Radio? Download the free Fanrun app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronaknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronaknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
For over 3 years, Crumble Cookies has served the Knoxville area. From Clinton Highway to Parkside Drive, even our friends out in Maryville have reached you, our fans, with the best cookies in the game. This fall, Crumble is gearing up for yet another fantastic season. Whether you're tailgating or looking for a pick-me-up after getting the kids from school, Crumble has you covered. Download the Crumble app to check out this week's rewards and features. And stop on by. Tell them Fanrun sent you, but don't miss the cookies.
If I had 2 dozen roses.
National championship, which I mean, we did have the discussion about like gun to the head, but I don't usually like making season-long predictions like that. I'm not very good at it. Like I said, for God's sake, I picked the Detroit Lions to win the Super Bowl, and they looked like they can't play football. I got to say, that was another one of those on the spot, and then they're like, hey, Jared Goff's 0-19 when he doesn't have Ben Johnson or Sean McVay, and I'm like, oh, that doesn't seem like a good recipe for success. Now, I do think, here's the thing about the 12-team playoff is that whoever wins this game is going to feel really good and be in good position, but whoever loses this game, it's not like they're out. Hell, you could play Georgia, realistically, 2 more times. Like if Tennessee wins this game, let's say Tennessee wins, because I think it'd be a lot tougher for Tennessee for you to convince me they could navigate. But like if Georgia loses this game, would it shock you if they ran the table and was in the playoff? Or,
no.
The playoff and the SEC championship?
No. Did you say it'd be harder for Tennessee to run the table?
I said that. I mean, maybe that's wrong.
I think if Tennessee wins this game, we're in the driver's seat for the SEC championship game.
Yeah, I really just – I'm talking about losing the game. I'm talking about losing the game and, like, dropping a home game.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I just feel like it'd be tougher to then win out and get into the SEC championship while losing the tiebreaker to Georgia. Like, that's what I meant there. Not the playoff as much as just the SEC championship.
I see. Yeah, but, I mean, you could see this team down the road. I mean, feasibly, if you make the playoff, it's very possible. It almost happened last year. Should have happened last year if the seeding was right, but they didn't get it right because,
So, like, I say that just to say, like, if Tennessee wins and Georgia looks bad, I don't think we should necessarily bury them as frauds. I do think, despite how you feel, whether or not Sam's right about the pressure in the playoff, I'm right about the pressure in the playoff, like, we do agree that it's the first time he's going to a road environment, right? And I do think there's a difference between playing neutral sites with half the crowd in your favor. Was that game... That game wasn't in Atlanta, right? Was that game in New Orleans?
Talking about the Sugar Bowl.
The Sugar Bowl, right? Okay, yeah. Because that's where the person ran over those people outside.
Sugar Bowl's in New Orleans.
Yeah. Neutral site, half and half crowd, versus 100,000 people where, 95% of them are against you. Georgia might have 6,000 fans in there, but like 95,000 of them are screaming at you. Like we do agree that that's going to be a little bit different for Stockton.
Yeah, and he also played in Atlanta, right? I mean, against Texas.
Yeah, he got in that game. Was that he got in at halftime, right?
Yeah,
right.
And that was basically a home crowd.
Yeah,
I mean, it's in Georgia. Like Texas had fans there, of course, but
right. I was looking just at starts, but yeah, he did get into the SEC championship.
Gunner Stockton is not going to be the reason we lose this game, in my opinion. If we lose this game, the reason we're going to lose it is because of the trench play. Going to be the offensive and defensive lines and Georgia being able to run the ball, which to run the ball, I mean, quarterback does play into that somewhat because you got to have balance. Like you can't be one dimensional. So
yeah, you got to be the quarterback's got to take the top off.
He'll have
quarterbacks have to keep the box from being completely loaded.
Yeah,
up.
He'd have to make some plays here and there. But I think if we lose this game, Gunnar Stockton won't be the story. That won't be the reason why. It'll be Georgia playing Georgia ball. They'll beat us with their talent. They'll beat us with those 93 4-star and 5-star players they've signed over the last 4 classes to our 51. That's how they'll beat us. I think if we beat them, the quarterback's the story. But Gunnar Stockton, he doesn't strike fear into me, I guess is what I'm saying.
What were those blue star or those 5-star numbers again? Or is it blue chips or 5 stars?
This I simply compiled the last 4 classes at each school. So there's going to be some transfers in and out, and like it's not perfect with today's, with the transfers and everything. But just based on what they signed, Georgia had 93 4- and 5-star players over the last 4 classes. Tennessee had 51.
Yeah, I'd like to see like who's still there for both schools.
Yeah,
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, because guys come and go nowadays, and you lose some good players, but you get some good players in too. So I would say there's still quite a disparity.
So you come to this game thinking Tennessee still had a big talent disadvantage or just a slight talent disadvantage? Or
It's like Brooks Austin talked about with the depth. It's not the starting 11 that I would worry about. It's not the starting 22 for Tennessee. Like I think our best guys can play with Georgia. It's the depth and especially on the defensive line. I mean, I know that's what I've been saying all week, but I keep kind of getting hung up on the fact that you lost 3 defensive tackles to the NFL and you haven't really shown me that you can replace those guys. And you've got Jackson Moy likely to be out too, and David Hobbs. Like
I think the narrative shifted on Moy just a little bit.
You think he's going to play?
Yeah, to where he's, I think, more likely
that'll help.
More likely than not to play. Not saying he's for sure playing. I'm just saying I think it's shifted to where he is. I would say more so on the probable side versus
that would help.
Closer to probable than doubtful, I guess is how I would phrase it.
I guess for me, there's just no doubt that's my biggest concern. It's not to say you can't win the game with that being an issue. It's just, to me, it's a glaring concern.
When I think of depth, I got to be honest, I typically don't think of it in a 1-game sample. That would be more of like a season-long projection.
How injuries affect you.
Right. And look, Tennessee has been banged up already, right? They're without 2 starting corners. You talked about the defensive tackles. So, like, you are already kind of dealing with that. But, like, I don't disagree that Georgia's got a much more talented roster. But, like, early in the season, it's part of the benefit of getting this game early in the season. You should hopefully not have the wear and tear. Now, you're still going to rotate on your defensive line. I get that. But I think my hope, and if you're rooting for Tennessee, is that, A, you got Rodney Garner. You had, a bunch of guys that could play last year, and that the idea is that you're going to have a bunch of guys who can play this year. And then also that the home crowd boosts those guys a little bit, and the extra juice, the extra adrenaline makes up that 10%, and that they are dealing with some injuries on their offensive line. And that all that kind of equals out. And then not saying Georgia won't be able to run the ball, but that they just don't, beat your brains in running the ball.
Well, there's nothing worse. Me and Sam were talking about this in the office yesterday. There's nothing worse. It's first and 10, then it's 2nd and 4, then it's 3rd and 1, then it's first down.
Yeah.
Then it's 2nd and 6, then it's 3rd and 2, then it's first down.
We haven't had to really deal with that too much during the Josh Heupel era. I mean, from 22 on, we haven't really had to deal with that. Now, Sam gave me a little PTSD with Matt Corral and him, all those damn quarterback scrambles he had against us in 2021, where every time it's 3rd and 6, there's a 10-yard run by Matt Corral.
Well, that's something with Stockton too, right? He can run around a little bit.
He can. And, if he's able to go Stetson Bennett and do that and break your back running and he can make those plays, then it's going to be very frustrating. But, no, I agree. I mean, I have PTSD from, firing up 3rd down for what, as Alabama's got 3rd and 1, and by the time the chorus hits, they've already snapped the ball, and there's the first down.
Yeah, but that was a different time.
I think this Tennessee defense is in a drastically different place.
Where the depth has beaten us, I think, is Brooks talked about yesterday how Georgia likes to rush 4. or not rush 4. They like to stop the run with 4. They go light boxes, and they can stop us with 4 guys, 4 or 5 guys. And that is where that depth comes into play, because they've got just another round of 4 and 5-star guys they can rotate in 2 to 3 times, whereas your offensive line, you got the same guys in there. They're not getting that same push that they might have gotten earlier in the game, because Georgia just keeps recycling talented players in there, and they're fresh, and that's the concern with the depth, I guess, when I'm thinking about depth. Because you don't really rotate offensive linemen,
Is it depth or like in-game adjustments? Because that's the thing to me. Like, I go back and think of just like last year, we scored 17 points in the first half, and then you got shut out in the entire second half. I just think Kirby and that staff are just elite at kind of making the right moves in game, and we can't counter to their counters.
Yeah, I'd like to go back, and maybe I'll do that today and kind of watch that second half, because I don't really remember much of it in person in terms of like why we didn't score. I mean,
I remember that long-ass drive where they just laid on the ball in the third quarter, and I
remember 2 of those. I remember in the third quarter, and I remember in the fourth quarter put the game away. How many times did we have the damn ball in the second half?
Not much.
I'd like to go back and actually watch and see if it was something just
4 times.
Drastically different, or if just something went wrong.
4 times.
4 possessions, and how many of those were punts, I wonder?
3 punts, 1 fumble.
well, there we go. There you go.
Hour 1 in the books. We'll kick off hour 2 with some headlines. It's Talk Sports on Fanrun Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fanrun Radio.
With over 60 years of experience in the industry, Merritt Garage Doors has a wealth of expertise in commercial overhead doors in the East Tennessee area. Merritt offers a wide range of door styles like sectionals, rolling steel, high speed, and sheet doors. They also supply and install a wide range of dock equipment. If your business is in need of overhead doors, no matter the type, look no further than Merritt Garage Door, Knoxville's best and most trusted overhead door company. Contact them anytime for a free estimate at 865-933-5319 or online at merrittgaragedoor.com.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. Fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
Are you tired of waiting on interest rates to drop before you start saving money? I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, and I've got a better way. With a traditional closed-end mortgage, most of your payment goes straight to interest, not your balance. But with my Smart Loan, every deposit you make cuts your principal immediately and reduces interest in real time. On average, my clients pay off their mortgage in just 7 years. Call me today at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com, and let's turn your income into financial freedom. NMLS number 332-941.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
To Gaelic football, born in Ireland in 1885, and its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby, and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball that scored points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear!
To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey. Hear, hear!
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate 865-384-2012 and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Total QPR, I don't know what the hell that means, but it also dropped 33 points, down to 54.8. I don't know how to judge QPR.
You're listening to Talk Sports.
Sitting here looking at the numbers, his QBR when he won the MVP was 117.1. Last year,
not nitpicking, that's quarterback rating. The quarterback rating and QBR is two different things.
Okay, no, you're right. So his QBR was 79.4 when he won the MVP.
I don't know what the hell that means. Like I said, I don't know.
Let's just go by
those.
the rate.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one we usually go by?
Yeah, the rating is what we usually use. QBR rating's different.
Well, forget QBR.
Yeah.
QBR
Throw it out,
go to hell.
because no one knows what the hell it means.
Airing every day
from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
He had a QBR of 117, went back to average in
But
20.
QBR, he had a rating of 117.
Jesus Christ. He had a rating of 117. We
go.
still call it the quarterback rating, though,
I know,
we?
but you don't shorten it to QBR. You
What the hell is the QBR?
No one knows!
Jesus.
on 1340 WKGN.
I have a definition if you want it.
You can read it to me. I've read it a million times. I still don't know what the hell it means. To be fair, I don't really know what the hell quarterback rating means either. Hour number 2 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. There's a big event this Friday over at Dick's House of Sports. Fans are invited to join Dick's House of Sport in Knoxville for a special appearance by VFL Tennessee football legend Joey Kent. He is celebrating the launch of his logo brands, That Legendary Play collection. Kent will be in store on Friday from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. to meet fans and highlight the new line, That Legendary Play collection. It's now available at Dick's House of Sport. The collection features drinkware, showcasing some of the most iconic moments in Tennessee football history. The first 150 fans in line will receive a wristband for the event, 1 photo per customer. Autographs are available with the purchase of a That Legendary Play product. For more information, visit d.sg/Joey Kent for details. Go out and see Joey Kent. Get your Friday started off pretty good. Little finally Friday to take you into a Big Orange GBO evening, all culminating with a huge game inside Neyland Stadium on Saturday. Doesn't get much better. Cody, let's hit some headlines, please.
Thank you, John. We'll switch gears over to baseball just briefly, and then we'll get back to the football talk because everybody wants football talk. But the Tennessee SEC baseball schedule did come out yesterday. If you have any interest in that, which you probably would in the spring.
I actually am interested with it. You have the home schedule?
I got it right here in front of me.
Give me the home schedule.
The home schedule for Vol baseball, you are looking at home series against Ole Miss, Missouri, Alabama, LSU, and Texas.
Okay, that's a pretty good home slate. You get LSU, you get Texas. I mean, those are both monster matchups.
Both big, yeah.
Yep.
Both big time. You got to go on the road to Georgia, Vandy, Kentucky. Let me look at this.
Going to Vandy, I mean, that'll be tough. Hopefully we can get back to kind of just dominating that series.
As well as Mississippi State and Oklahoma. Also going to be on the road.
Yeah, I don't know Mississippi State. I mean, I know they are trying to revamp their program. They went and hired a new coach. They're trying to get back kind of.
Arkansas has the easiest draw in the world. Did you see what their schedule is?
I didn't see exactly what their schedule was, Sam, but I did see they get to avoid Texas A&M, Texas,
LSU, and Tennessee.
So 4 of the top 5 other programs in the country.
4 hardest programs in the SEC. Yeah.
Vanderbilt, was Vanderbilt on there?
They'll play Vanderbilt.
That's what I'm saying. So I give Vanderbilt. They're a top 6 program. So if you remove Arkansas, I give them top 6 status. So
I can't call you one of the top programs in the SEC when you lose your regional at home.
Okay, fair enough. They did win the SEC last year, though. Or at least the
just
tournament.
bagging on them.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, Vanderbilt's the only series they have. It's laughable, but it's the downside of having this big ass conference is you can't really make it balanced. And I gotta be honest though, I think I'd rather have our schedule.
I'm not overly worried about winning the SEC championship. I don't know how you guys feel. It's nice to get hardware, but like to me, it's more about like RPI. It's more about like seeding and trying to advance to Omaha. Like we've got our SEC titles before. Cool.
Yeah, they don't really hit in baseball.
I mean, I like the regular season ones. Don't get me wrong, but like, I'd rather be set up for.
I don't want to say
success.
they don't hit. I don't want to sound like a spoiled baseball fan, but given our standard, like an SEC title is an SEC title. But I mean, yeah, we're shooting for higher stars.
As a fan, I want to watch big games, and I'm glad Tennessee's got some big games at home. Arkansas fans are probably pretty pissed that their home slate's pretty dreadful. If none of those schools are coming and play there, like, especially if they have to go on the road to Vandy, they wouldn't have any good home series. So it does suck. They should win the SEC just based off that schedule alone, but I'm happy Tennessee gets LSU and gets Texas in Knoxville. That'll be fun.
Sticking with Tennessee baseball, Liam Doyle, some news about him as he has continued to impress in the minor leagues. The former Vol Pitcher of the Year has earned a Double-A call-up in baseball. So very quickly moving up the ranks.
Bless you.
Excuse me. I was trying to find the sneeze button, but all I had was the cough button, and I had to turn my head, and I couldn't get my finger on it. I couldn't locate it, so I just sneezed.
You ain't never going to keep a woman.
Sometimes the guy's got to sneeze. What the hell is that supposed to mean?
You can't find the button. You ain't never going to keep a woman.
Oh, well, I wasn't looking. It was dark.
I know. You ain't never going to keep a woman.
I couldn't find it. So, yeah, after making his pro debut with the Cardinal Single-A club, Doyle has earned the call to Double-A Springfield per the Cardinals player development. So, there you go.
That's good for him. You know, there's not much time left in this season. Obviously, he's not going to work himself up to being a September call-up in the majors, so I wouldn't think. But I assume getting called up at this point means, like, hey, at least you're guaranteed to kind of start in Double-A next year. It'd be a lot easier as a player to wrap your head around. We're going to have a lot of Vols. We're going to have a lot of Vols in Major League Baseball soon. That'll be cool. We'll have a lot of people to root for.
You betcha. The Lady Vols volleyball team squashed Georgia Tech last night in a 4-set thriller.
Hold on. Oh, shout out to the volleyball team. That's fine. But if you're going to give me a women's sport update, there's a pretty big one out there.
Well, I'm on task right
Start
here.
with it. Shout out to the volleyball team.
The order
Good job.
is the order. Lady Vols soccer has secured the #1 ranking in the United Soccer Coaches Poll.
First time ever in program history. Bubba, how proud are you of the ladies for getting this #1 ranking?
I mean, it feels good. Feels good.
Very proud. I can see you beaming over there. Just have you made it over to the Regal Stadium yet to check in on the #1 team in the country?
This season I have not.
Let's get you on that. Let's get you out there watching the girls.
I don't think he's allowed within 100 yards of.
We'll get you a Fanrun polo. We'll get you in there media credentialed. We need to cover this team. They're the #1 team in the damn country. We can't say we're on the ground floor because they're already #1, but we can be bandwagon hoppers here. Everything school, baby. Everything school.
The 49ers have placed George Kittle on IR. They also waived Jake Moody. Not that anybody cares about
the fact that he stayed on that roster for that long. Credit to him.
Jake Moody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been terrible for the last 2 seasons pretty much.
Well, George Kittle is on IR, so no good for those who wanted him at tight end this year. Injury's already a little bit of a concern for the 49ers. And the NFL says Jalen Carter's ejection from the Week 1 game against Dallas will serve as his suspension for spitting on Dak Prescott. They fined him $57,000, which he did not appeal. He said, yeah, I'll pay you the $57,000. But he won't have to serve any additional suspensions. So that's good for the Eagles. I wish I could make $57,000.
Just
do a lawsuit somewhere. I don't know.
Call on a couple businesses, get
do
a couple
lawsuit
advertisers
somewhere.
Bada boom, bada bing.
You think I could just ask Jalen Carter to spit on me for $57,000?
Yeah. You can send him a DM saying, hey, do that.
Tyreek Hill accused of more domestic violence. We didn't talk about that yesterday, but
when it rains, it pours for brother Tyreek. And if you're the Dolphins, you might be like, you know what? That's fine. You're cut. We're doing it with cause. Too much of a headache.
The sun rises today.
So what?
The sun rises today.
Yeah, it's always something with Tyreek Hill. It's bad. It's one thing when you're running around getting close to 2,000 yards and nobody can cover you. It's another thing when you have like 3 catches for like 30 yards or whatever the hell he had.
In college football, Colorado expected to start Staub at quarterback, Ryan Staub, when they get ready to play Houston. They're struggling at the quarterback position. And Ryan Day is not a fan of the proposed portal changes. Ryan Day said Tuesday that he would not be in favor of a proposal that would bring major changes to the transfer portal window in college football later this year. The NCAA announced last week the FBS Oversight Committee voted to move the winter transfer portal window from December to January, shifting to a 10-day period that would start on January 2nd.
I kind of get it from his standpoint. He's just saying, hey, like, and I heard the quotes. They were playing it on Two Pros and a Cup of Joe before we come on. I was in here. And he was basically like, this is bad for teams that make the playoff. Like, the transfer portal window will be going on while the playoffs are going on. Like, how the hell am I supposed to handle the transfer portal on either side? Like, keeping my roster together because our backups are going to be able to be starters somewhere else. And how am I able to replace those guys by bringing in players from the transfer portal when we're in the playoff? Am I supposed to recruit over those guys? Like, hey, if a quarterback comes available, hey, I go get that quarterback while our lesser guy is starting in the playoff game? That would be dumb.
He said he thinks most of the coaches in the Big Ten agree. The majority of coaches agree. I don't understand how teams are playing in the playoffs are expected to do that. So it doesn't make any sense to me, says Ryan Day. Could you push it to February? Could you?
No, because boys have to go to school.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I mean, well, see, that's the whole thing in the charade.
We keep pretending like school matters,
right? Yeah. I mean, really, you just need to make it once a year. It's not convenient to have it in December. It's not good in January.
But it's not good having 2 of them either.
Just make it transfer once a year.
One of my buddies that like works in a football program, he thinks it should just, he's in on like the one portal, but he thinks it should just be in the spring, not the winter one.
I mean, I think that's the easiest solution. It would just really suck to fall out of favor with your team. They want to cut you basically, so then you don't have a damn scholarship in the spring. Mm-hmm. You're stuck at a school, and then of course, like if you're transferring someone, you want to have that spring semester to be in the weight program, to try to, be on the team. But hell, like, hey, transferring is not supposed to be easy. So, like, if you're worried about where you fit in and how you find a place in April or May, don't transfer. And maybe that's ultimately, like, what the hope would be is, like, hey, it's easier to just stay here, guys. Like, hey, Mike Matthews, I know you thought about transferring, but, like, aren't you glad you didn't right now through like 3 weeks of being at Tennessee?
Well, that's the thing. Like, these guys don't really know what's good for them. I mean, sometimes it makes sense to transfer, but like a lot of times it's just a bad, you're in a bad mood or whatever. I'm leaving here.
You think Caden Salter's happy right now that he transferred to Colorado as he's been benched after one game that he didn't really play that poorly in?
The checks are clearing, probably.
Yeah, the checks are clearing. He might not care. That's true. I don't know how much Colorado's paying him, but yeah, the checks are clearing. He's probably like, it's fine. I can sit out here. Colorado's beautiful. It's a beautiful state. Wow, this town's gorgeous. Love Boulder.
And in other news, a broadcaster in Jacksonville on 1010XL radio, Frank Frangie, says based on what he's hearing from people around the football program, that John Gruden will be in play to be the next head coach at Florida. I believe there will be a conversation.
Are you sure this is a real person?
I was going to say, this sounds like a fake station and a fake person.
No, it's real.
He says it was Frank Frangie?
It's real, boys. I've seen the guy and heard of him before, so question your fake news somewhere else. This is a real deal. 1010XL in Jacksonville.
And his name's what?
Frank Frangie.
He's the play-by-play voice of the Jags.
Yeah. Come at me with your damn accusations of fake news.
I was really just making fun of his name. I wasn't calling you fake news. It's just the groomers are back.
You and Sam want so badly for me to be wrong, but I am not. I am right.
Just wait another 15 minutes or so.
Just wait another 15 minutes or so.
You know what? I'm not getting you these damn tickets. I'm going to tell the guy, never mind. Zero was trying to find you 2 tickets. You can go to hell.
Hey.
You can go to hell.
Hey, we're just doing
you don't
we're just doing entertainment.
It's just a bit, John.
You don't appreciate anything. I buy him biscuits. I don't get no damn respect.
Hey, this is just for radio here. We're just doing content. Number 1 in the country.
I had him 4 last night if he had texted me back. The one night he decided to go to sleep.
I know. Well, I didn't know I was going to need 4. I thought I was just going to need 2, but now I got people saying maybe they want to go. Maybe, so maybe I do need 4. So I don't know. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
It's Checker Nealon, by the way.
Did you see the guest picker update, Cody?
No, I haven't seen it.
Xander Seacrest quoting our tweet.
Let's try that one more time.
Xander Seacrest quoting our tweet. He said he wants him, Kirby, and Chris Stamos.
Maybe it would have worked last year after the national championship, but it's kind of old news now, boys.
Yeah.
Good try.
It bring some juice.
Yeah, good try.
Pat McAfee was giving Drew Gilbert some love.
Yeah, he was. He says he likes the psycho-ness of Drew Gilbert. And if Drew Gilbert can actually, I know he's on a blistering pace right now. He's really, really hot. But if he can just stay in the bigs and stay and be a good player and make impactful plays and kind of be that talent he was drafted to be, he'll be a star or at least infamous. It'll probably be a lot like it was at Tennessee where other fans hate him and his antics, but he'll be beloved by the Giants. He's helped spark them. They started playing better once he got up. And Pat McAfee was giving him national love. That was cool to see. Anything else?
That'll do.
Bubba, you got anything you want to add? Any headlines you got?
Angel Reese.
Oh, yeah. Angel Reese. What you do now?
We'll find out.
Okay, stay tuned. 10:55. Bubba's What'd You Miss? We'll find out with Angel Reese. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fanrun Radio.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fanrun app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation, Fanrun Radio, Knoxville.
It's football time at Tennessee, so crack open a cold beer that doesn't fumble the flavor. Garage Beer is 100% beer-flavored beer. No gimmicks, just cold beer. Built for bonfires, backyards, and beating Bama. Garage Beer is proud to be brewed right here in the Volunteer State. So pick up a 12-pack today and look for the drive celebrating Football Fridays at select Garage Beer headquarters around town this fall. American-owned, Tennessee-brewed Garage Beer. 100% beer-flavored beer.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com. Blackford
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by Pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Fall fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Bubba Sparks and my boy Bad News Bubba, a.k.a. Wilson from, not Wilson, is it Al? No, Wilson from Home Improvement. Al's the other guy, Al Borland. Cody,
what?
It's good to see you. Happy to have you back in here. Sam, I'm sorry that you got fired up about your baby boy Gunnar Stockton. You're coming across like a Georgia fan.
Oh,
per the freaks in the chat.
Oh.
Bubba's the only one balled up other than me.
Bubba's just doing a bit.
Bubba did pick us to go 7-5 not too long ago.
Right.
I did. But I can also tell you that I'm not worried about their tight ends who have 2 receptions on the season. You know, Oscar Delp out there.
They got a lot of whites on their offense. I've noticed that. Oscar Delp, very white.
Oscar Delp is annoying, but he's not Brock Bowers.
They've also got a nepotism center in Drew Bobo.
Yeah, another one of those whites. He's got a very punchable face. You think about guys with punchable faces. That Drew Bobo looks like a guy I'd love to see one of our guys hit right in the jaw. I hope there's a fight and one of our big old boys up front knocks the hell out of him.
I hope we don't fight. I hope we don't have to.
What are you, some kind of pacifist?
I just think that taking a 15-yard penalty not what I want to have.
What if they're offsetting?
You know what? Scrap.
All right.
Let's
just make sure you bait the other guy into punching you back.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's all you got to do.
I would say that I'm fired up. I would contend that I'm pretty fired up.
I mean, I'm still fired up.
Yeah, for your Bulldog.
My preseason, my prediction for this team was 10-2. Like
Sick 'em Sam.
I'm in on this.
Sam.
I'm in on this team going out there and being a college football playoff contender. Like I've been pretty high on this team throughout the summer, but it's what Brooks said with us yesterday. Like it's one of those things that in a matchup like this, it's hard for me to take Heupel until I kind of see otherwise.
Look, if I wasn't fired up, I wouldn't be out here looking for between 2 and 4 very affordable tickets at a nice viewpoint in the stadium, but still for a low price. Not you really making any profit on them, but you cutting me a deal because you like me. I wouldn't be.
And also keep in mind that he might get into a fight with the people behind him, like he did.
That only happens Florida week.
At the Florida game, he almost gets into a fight with the people behind him.
That's only Florida. I have an example. The last 3 Florida games, Florida does something to me.
What are you going to do when someone starts barking in your face, Cody?
Probably hit them. Florida brings something out in me that I don't know what it is, but it's something. It's like a full moon, you know. When the Florida Gators are in town, I'm on edge. I don't typically act that way when it's Georgia, you know, but we'll see if somebody barks. But
is this not bigger than any Florida game that we've had in the stadium
ever?
No, not ever, but since 2004 at least.
Well, I mean, 2016 you broke the streak.
Okay,
like that. Once that happened, that was obviously very cool. Because like you had been waiting for years and years to do.
I mean, I'm not saying it a matter of fact. I'll listen to 2016, especially because you thought that you were going to be back. You thought you had a chance to go.
I mean,
to the playoff and win the SEC. Like you had thought like your whole last decade had been building to that season. Now that Florida team wasn't a top level Florida team, but they were.
If
Florida.
That's what you're asking, then yeah, I would agree with you. Or maybe you go back to 2006.
That was a top 10 matchup.
Yeah. 2006, you both would have been ranked pretty highly.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, definitely bigger in terms of the two teams being nationally relevant than any Florida game the last 20 years.
And I keep saying that. We're only ranked 15th, but to me, in my head, we're much more nationally relevant than that. Like I've been beating that drum we've been getting disrespected. We should be getting treated like the playoff teams of last year that just get the benefit of the doubt that they're going to keep being good. Like I feel like Tennessee and Josh Heupel kind of deserve that benefit of the doubt. They're like, hey, yeah, you can kind of pencil them in for at least 9-3, 10-2. They'll be in the mix. But instead, people had us down there with the Indianas of the world in the low 20s. But like I feel like this Georgia game is bigger than any Florida game, at least of the last, 15 years. Maybe that's wrong.
I remember the day. I remember how I felt the day that we broke the streak, and it was a very exciting feeling of elation.
Pre-game or post-game?
Post-game.
You don't think beating Georgia this week would top that? Now, keep in mind you're a little bit older, you're a little bit more disgruntled, and
I don't
rough
know
around the edges. You might have lost some of that youthful jubilance, but like I feel like in my head right now, beating Georgia on Saturday has a chance of topping that. Not saying it will for sure, but has a chance of topping that.
Yeah, I don't know because
the comeback helped too, though. I will say.
Well,
the way you beat Florida, where you were
drama.
Down, you were down big and you looked dead in the water. It was what 21-3, 21-0.
All that matters. All the context of that game matters because of the way you came back, 38 unanswered. The way that you had the streak going against you, which you got a little streak here too with Georgia. You'd be breaking a streak, but
it's not that much shorter of a streak either. Like 8 compared to 11.
Right.
That's that's a long streak on both.
When
ends.
You beat Bama in 22, that was a streak. Obviously,
yeah. This isn't Bama level. I'm not. Georgia's not Bama.
I'm just we're going through the biggest home games of the last 25 years or so.
Yeah.
I mean, this one's up there. Like it's going to be in that. If you win this game, it's going to be a core memory. It's going to be in that top 5 of. But I don't know if it's number 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure where you might put it.
Do you remember how you felt before the Florida game? Because you keep talking about the game, the way it played out, and how you felt after. I know it's tough, and I always try to do this to you, but can you remember how you felt before the game?
Fired up,
right? But like, was it bigger before the game than it is before this Georgia game?
Well, I don't know. It's only Wednesday here.
Bubba, how do you feel?
I felt on Wednesday, September 8th, 2016. I don't know.
Do you feel like this game is bigger than any Florida game, or is that a dumb take?
Take your time.
It's a tough question.
It is a tough question. I still can't really answer it.
I mean, in terms of matchup, this is a pretty big game.
Yeah, it's gigantic. I mean, it's huge. So big.
I would say it's not as big as the first Checker Newland with Florida.
In 2014?
2014?
I take that back. Fast forward a couple of years.
So 2016?
Yeah.
When you're into the streak? Sam was probably a damn Vanderbilt fan back then. He don't know. He went rooting for the Vols back in 2016. I ain't going to ask him.
If it was really a big game, we'd be wearing smoky gray jerseys, wouldn't we?
Well,
If it was a big game, we'd be wearing them smoky grays.
I'm sure that, a couple years ago, we had Georgia as the number 1 team coming in here, but we were, having Brian Maurer as our starting quarterback.
Right.
Also, you got to remember, Bubba was just a child.
He's just a boy. Not much bigger than a baby squirrel.
He's just a boy when we was having them games against Florida.
He's just a boy.
In terms of overall program implications, though, this game's as big as anything in terms of stepping stones. I think the Alabama victory in 22 was hey, we're back into being relevant. But now I feel like this is the one where it's hey, you take the step into going out there and beating that upper echelon of teams. And we've established the crazy home field advantage, but you're doing it against teams like Georgia now. And, you have a lot of uncertainty around the team preseason, but you've clearly put that to bed. I think there's a lot of stepping stone opportunities in this game. So I think it's as big as anything, really.
What'd you kill Jess Heifer? What'd you kill Jess Heifer? I talked with Jesse Simonton, Slow Mesh, wherever you get your Fan Run podcast. Listen to it after this show. But I said something similar, Sam. 2022 against Alabama was your announcement to the world that you're back. Like, hey, this program's not dead anymore. It's actually legit. Josh Heupel is going to be a good coach. The talent's there. Wow, look at this atmosphere, this fan base, blah, blah, blah. Beating Georgia on Saturday would be the announcement that, like, you're solidified, you're sustained. Like, hey, stop disrespecting us in the offseason and start treating us like the elites. Stop ranking South Carolina ahead of us. Stop ranking Texas A&M ahead of us. We are not the same. Put us up there with the same respect. You ain't got to rank us right there with Georgia, because I still respect what Georgia's done. You know, I still respect that program and Kirby and all that. Like, that's fine if they're ranked ahead of us in the preseason every year. That's fine. Even Alabama, we'll see. But, like, stop ranking us below LSU and Texas A&M and Florida.
They're always going to do that.
Even LSU, maybe I'll say, hey, we could be similar.
Darling.
But, like, we're ahead of Florida. We're ahead of South Carolina. We're ahead of Missouri, Ole Miss. Stop it. Stop playing with us. Put some respect on us. And I do feel like this weekend, Sam, could be an announcement for that. They're like, hey, we're sustained. We're legitimate. Yeah. I mean, that's what's at stake here. As far as, you know, you said it's as big as any of those games. I agree. Like, it's not one of those that it's like, hey, keep an eye out. This scrappy underdog might pull an upset. It's people saying, no, Tennessee's better than them right now. Tennessee's going to win this game. Would you kill Joseph?
I have seen people saying that we're going to win this game.
And not just Tennessee people. You've seen national people really like saying that, which, you know, full disclosure, in the back of my head, it's kind of scary, but
yeah, I don't really like it.
I don't dislike it, but I just know that's what Kirby's going to bang in their head. Yeah, that's what Kirby's going to try to brainwash those boys into thinking.
We got Georgia fans infiltrating the chat.
That just shows me they're scared. That just shows me they are
scared.
Yeah.
Georgia fans?
Yeah, they're scared.
Georgia fans are soft, too.
They're having to come into this great chat room with the freaks and try to convince themselves that, like, they're superior because they know they only got a couple of days left to do it.
I challenge any Georgia fan out there listening right now to come down here where we're at the office and try to whip my ass.
In the next hour and a half.
Any one of you. You got an hour and a half to get down here.
They can drive pretty fast. I don't know if you wanted them to get down there.
If you think you're man enough, come on down here, son. Come on up here, boys.
Does this game mean more, too, if you win it with Joey Aguilar at quarterback instead of Nico? Just knowing that, like, you could do it with kind of patching a roster together post-spring?
If it means beating Georgia, I would have taken either one of them. But I don't think Nico ever had a prayer of beating Georgia.
Is it just like a bigger statement, like overall as a program, to go beat them with Joey Aguilar than it is Nico?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think so. Let's see. Developing 5-star quarterback and you know, him being the guy that's promised, or taking somebody off the scrap heap. That was kind of an afterthought. I could see the angle from both sides of, like, Heupel finding this guy, you know, Nico, and developing him and, you know, getting him there. And, hey, this is what we're going to do here with these 5-star quarterbacks. I see that angle if you want to say, like, hey, that would put you up, you know, you'd keep recruiting these big 5-star quarterbacks and you'd be a quarterback factory. I also don't mind just being like, hey, we're a team, we're a program that can take a transfer here, and if you can throw the ball and you can lead, come here and you can be successful. Because quite frankly, if that was Tennessee's method year in, year out, I wouldn't have the biggest problem with it. I'm excited for GMAC. I'm excited for Faison Brandon. But, like, hey, if you just told me we're going to be the destination for transfer quarterbacks and we have kind of a waiting list and we can vet them, I wouldn't be that opposed to it.
There is something to be said, though, about really loving a player who's just all vol. You know, he just that's where he wanted to go from the time he got into college, and he earned his stripes, and he's just a Tennessee guy through and through. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the rent of quarterbacks. I mean, Hendon Hooker was a great rental. The mercenary quarterbacks, the whatever you'd call them,
the rent of quarterbacks.
That's what I said first.
Yeah,
but
the rent of quarterbacks,
the
mercenaries. I mean, I think any of those are fine. I think now I will say, like, Aguilar doesn't feel that way. When you talk about loving Tennessee and being here, like, I feel like Aguilar loves Tennessee more than Nico did. Like, Nico felt like a mercenary, he felt like the rent a quarterback, which is crazy because he was the guy you recruited, right? He's the guy you brought in here. He was supposed to be the one that that gets immersed in the culture and then leads the team and everything. And
Nico was a little bitch.
Well, there is something to being like a 19-year-old kid that's been promised the world versus being a 24-year-old that has some life experience. Like, I don't disagree. I do think.
I hope it's a lesson that we never again will be so excited for a freshman. Like, we need to take that as a lesson.
Close your ears, face on Prince.
You've been talking about George McIntyre, the King George. What are you
radio
about?
show?
You've been talking about King
take
George.
It as a lesson. Well, he'll be a sophomore by the time he's.
You want him to start year one. You're talking about that.
I did
just
not.
A couple months ago.
Not if we could get a guy in the portal.
King George. No. You've always been.
I
King
said
George.
I liked him more than Merck.
You said you liked him more than Joey too.
I never said that.
You're a liar.
I never said that.
You're a gaslighter.
I never once said that. I said I loved McIntyre.
King George. I want King George day one. Just give it to him.
I said it 100 times. I watched the guy throw a lot of balls in spring practice. I thought he looked good. I said, he's better than Merck. I'd take him over Merck.
King George, give him the start now.
You're the one. You're the one that said Merklinger should have been in the fall camp when he was. He was the most accurate against air.
Whoa! Well, just for
Merklinger was more accurate on air than Aguilar.
Just for the record, everyone was reporting. National guys, local guys, all reporting. It was an actual quarterback competition.
Oh yeah,
so
clearly.
I was right about that.
Yeah, you could really
he lost
tell
the quarterback position.
You can really tell it was a great competition by seeing those two on the field Saturday.
This guy.
Don't try to gaslight my audience. I'm gaslighting myself.
Everyone knows King George. Don't go get him too wrapped up in freshmen.
No, look, I'm excited about King George, like you said, but I think it's a lesson that we should take a step back on these freshmen that everybody's excited for, because there is a very big difference, as you just pointed out, of being an 18 or 19-year-old versus being 24, 25. Like, that's a big
You're 2
difference.
for 2 on transfer rentals and 0 for 2 on guys that stuck in the program for longer than a year.
Yeah, you're 0 for on guys Heupel wanted.
That's one way to frame it.
Milton. I don't know. I don't even know. I was going to say the age thing, but I don't even think, Milton had that age thing too, and it wasn't the same for him. I do think, not to get too far down the worrying train, but like I'm talking about, transfer quarterbacks, like there's a chance Hendon Hooker was special. I think his off the field, I think his charisma, I think his leadership, it felt special at the time. And Joey, I think, checked some of those boxes too in terms of the way he leads this team. And you saw Sam Pendleton yesterday talking about how Joey sits in with the offensive line during their film study, just so he can kind of walk through his line of thinking. Just let the team and the offensive line blocking for him, let them kind of inside his head. That way, maybe they improve just one, down the line a little bit. Like, hey, if the pressure's coming here, I like to roll out immediately. So then you kind of learn and adapt and evolve as an offensive line with that. Or like, hey, don't let them come this side. Send them up the middle instead so I can get out. That's leadership stuff. That's intangible stuff.
Would you rather have Joey right now or Arch Manning?
Joey. Which is
I'll give you a trade right now.
It's probably really stupid to say that.
I'll give you the trade. You can have Joey and have Arch Manning.
It's probably really stupid to say that, and it's probably not fair to answer it. It's definitely not fair to answer it until we see Joey against Georgia.
That's why I'm asking you today.
But Arch, he's thrown 4 or 5 balls that I've watched their games that have been just absolutely terrible, that I haven't seen Joey throw those balls yet. And, like, of course, like, a lot of Arch's hype comes from, A, the name, but, B, the long-term NFL prospects.
They also played at Ohio State.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I want to see Joey against Georgia. But, like, Arch had those same throws against San Jose State.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I've never been so unimpressed with the arm talent of just a guaranteed number 1 overall pick.
It's so stupid. Like, Cody talks about gaslighting and whatever, but, like, I've been saying this about Arch. We're not that far removed from everyone laughing and mocking him. I don't know. I can't remember which recruiting guy it was, but basically came out and was like, hey, if his last name was Jones, he'd be a 3-star. He's a 5-star because his name's Manning. Look at his spring game tape, his freshman year at Texas. Like, people are laughing. Look at this terrible ass release. Look at this footwork. Look at this arm strength. He is not a 5-star quarterback. But then all of a sudden he comes in against Mississippi State and against whatever like loser they were playing last year when Ewers gets hurt. He runs around, he throws some balls, and everyone's like, oh my God, number 1 pick.
He's amazing.
And I'm like, wait a second, what? If he's so great, why did he not keep the job from Ewers, who wasn't that good?
Look at the mechanics.
The mechanics suck.
There's mechanics, though.
The mechanics suck. But, like, I'm not looking for NFL potential. Maybe that's the takeaway, Cody. Maybe that's the takeaway. You talk about the freshman quarterbacks. Maybe the takeaway is, like, who cares about NFL potential?
God, I am excited about Faison Brandon.
Yeah, but, like, if Faison Brandon ain't got it within 2 years and he doesn't look like he's a good college quarterback, I don't want to, like, hang around. Because a big part of what Nico was for a lot of people was like, hey, this is a top talent and he's going to be a first-round pick, and just the potential.
Yeah,
we ain't got time anymore as a program to wait around on potential. Like,
that's right.
The transfer portal changes that. Like, you ain't got to wait around on potential. Like,
no, great teams don't. Great teams are great every year.
Gunnar Stockton, you know, to me, when I watch him and I read about him and I hear people talk about him, he doesn't really check the NFL potential thing or the great college quarterback thing. So, like, I kind of wonder what Georgia's doing here. Now, maybe these are going to be words I have to eat.
We're trying to be a championship contender every year, year in and year out. That's what we want.
But it's the same thing with Arch Manning that we went through with Nico. I don't think any Texas people are watching those games and being like, wow, look at this film. This is a great college quarterback right now.
No, they're doing what we did last year. They're still waiting on him to be good.
They're saying, hey, potential.
And every now and then you get a throw like you would from Nico. You get a nice one every now and then. You'd be like, oh, there it is.
There it is. Yeah. And then you get 4 bad ones and you try to make excuses for them. And I did it more than anybody last year with Nico. But, like,
yeah, you sure did.
A part of it was the NFL potential. And I think as a program, we just got to move past the NFL potential. It's got to be, what can you ball right now?
Are you a damn winner? Are you a damn winner? That's what I want to know. Joey Aguilar, are you a damn winner?
We'll find out.
Because sometimes in college, that is what it comes down to.
We'll find out on Saturday.
Baker Mayfield, that guy was a winner.
Baker Mayfield in orange. Maybe that's Joey Aguilar. Same build, same athleticism. Go ahead, Bubba. You got something you want to say?
I said no crotch grabbing.
Yeah, he's too classy for that. He wanted to be a firefighter. You know what I mean? Like, he wants to save people, not put them down. But that plays into that MFer I talked about with Baker Mayfield. He did have that, and it did help him stare Neyland Stadium down and break our hearts. Sam, send us a break. Let's talk sports on Fanrun Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors. Black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw Premium Vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career.
It's time for the North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week. Brought to you by North Knox Siding and Windows. Call 865-689-0505 or visit them online at northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
This week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week is Central wide receiver Javastin Badgett. Badgett helped lead the Bobcats to a 29-21 win over West last week. Badgett had an eye-popping 12 catches for 230 yards and 2 touchdowns. as Central improved to 2-1 on the season. Javastin Badgett of Central High School, this week's North Knox Siding and Windows High School Football Player of the Week.
North Knox Siding and Windows, locally owned and operated. They can handle all your siding, window, gutter, and roofing needs. Call 865-689-0505 for a free estimate or go online to northknoxsidingandwindows.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Hey, folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
What else in college football do we have this weekend? I know Georgia, Tennessee is the main event. Obviously, it's what we care about. It's what we're focused on. But as Tennessee, are you going to be locked into LSU, Florida afterwards?
Yeah.
Or are we going to just be like celebrating and not really caring after?
Well, it's going to be a little bit of both.
If Tennessee loses, I'm not going to care about LSU, Florida at all. If Tennessee wins, I'll probably be in such a good mood and partying that I probably won't care about LSU, Florida at all.
I'll be drinking either way. So
hell yeah, brother.
So I'm a big proponent of boozing after the game.
Win or lose, we booze. That was Cody's friend's motto.
That's always been
not me.
I'm either drinking away the sorrows or I'm celebrating.
Lose and I'm going home and going to bed. And that happened a lot to me in college because we were not good when I was in college.
Yeah.
We sucked.
I'm intrigued by not just LSU, Florida, but the whole night window. I like Arkansas at Ole Miss is interesting to me. Texas A&M at Notre Dame is interesting to me. Hell, Vandy at South Carolina, I think, is interesting. I'm really locked into those SEC night games after ours. I got 4 games I want to watch there. So
Texas A&M Notre Dame to me is a big game. I think that has like playoff implications potentially.
It is kind of wild to see that Notre Dame still doesn't have a win on the season. They're just 0-1. I mean, they've only played one game, but but they don't have a win. They're ranked number 8 in the country, and they don't have a win.
Yeah,
like that's just kind of
wild.
Team
that gets propped up,
especially because like you could also say like they got dominated for 3 quarters of that game. Now they made it close in the fourth quarter. They got hot in the fourth quarter, but for 3 quarters they looked dead and lifeless. They got 0 wins, and they're number 8 in the country.
When you said that game has playoff implications, Sam, I felt gross when you said that. Not saying you're wrong. I just didn't like the way it sounded because, like, I don't want to think of Texas A&M as a playoff contender, really.
I mean, we said the exact same thing last year, and then we got down into November, and we were like, oh, wait, Texas A&M is, like, potentially 2 games away from playing for a SEC championship and being a team that might host a playoff game.
And that was with, an early season loss to Notre Dame. So, if they win this one on the road, I think they're stamped.
I think Texas
I think they're stamped
A&M
at 2 if they lose, if they go 10-2 at least. Like,
you think you think if they're winning this, they're going at least 10-2?
No. I'm saying if they win this, they're getting in the playoff if they go 10-2 or better.
Yeah, I mean,
I think this is it's such a big resume win winning at Notre Dame.
That would require winning one against at least LSU, Texas, or South Carolina. So that'd probably be another ranked win.
Yeah.
I just don't think Texas A&M is a playoff type team. I don't believe that.
I just meant it more in the fact of like A&M kind of can create more of a playoff resume to John's point of getting the big road win. And if Notre Dame takes the loss, I feel like that kind of really hurts their.
Notre Dame should pretty much be eliminated if they lose this game.
Right. Notre Dame has a sneaky hard schedule this year.
Notre Dame's never
Notre Dame
eliminated.
does?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel the complete opposite. I mean, like USC is going to be better than they have been the last couple of years. But after this, Sam, I mean, like, unless you just view at Arkansas as a really tough game, save your Nico jokes. I know we lost there, but like Purdue at Arkansas, Boise State, who all of a sudden, not ranked, not good. NC State, USC at Boston College, Navy at Pittsburgh, Syracuse at Stanford. To me, that feels like a pretty lost schedule. Like to the point,
kind of a cakewalk.
To the point, late season could get dicey.
Well, I'm not saying they're going to run the table. I'm just saying, like, when I look at that right now, Sam, unless Arkansas keeps winning and unless USC keeps winning, there's a chance that if they lose to Texas A&M that they have 0 ranked wins at the end of the season. And we're having a big argument about them at 10-2. Like, they didn't beat anybody. Why the hell are they getting in at 10-2? And then people will be like, well, it's a TV product and they're a big brand and they're playing good. They've won 10 games in a row, John. But it's like, yeah, they won 10 games in a row. They ain't beat nobody.
I think that schedule looked a
they
little
won
bit.
at Arkansas, SEC, but Arkansas is not real.
I think with what Sam's saying, that schedule probably looked better like in the preseason. I think it looked tougher when you consider Boise State is not what we thought. Like, we thought they'd be the best group of 5 or group of 6. I don't even remember. I don't even know what it's called now because it used to be the Power 5. Now it's the Power 4. This is a group of 5. I don't know. They don't look very good. I do think USC could potentially come along. But yeah, after that, it kind of looks like a cakewalk.
People are talking this USC team up, but and I also think I think I would have felt like the discussion would have been the opposite in the offseason, that if they beat Miami, they basically would have had a cakewalk to the playoff. Like, so if they start 0-2, they're going to have a cakewalk, but they're just going to have no signature wins. So I agree with what you're saying. It's a playoff game. Big stakes on the line there.
The fact that they're playing 2 SEC teams this year, though, that is a different thing for them. You typically don't see Notre Dame do that.
Arkansas Notre Dame is just such a strange matchup.
There's some stats out there, man. Like Talon Green,
he's been a stud for them.
He's been a stud. They haven't played anybody though, so it's hard to like actually take them seriously. They
don't disrespect Butch Jones like that.
They've played 2 god awful teams.
All disrespect to Butch Jones.
They played Alabama, A&M, and Butch. Yeah, I mean,
but Talon Green's like his metrics right now. He's running around like prime Lamar Jackson and throwing the ball like
come back to me,
Baker again. I don't know, whoever.
Yeah, come back to me on October 11th. When we're getting ready.
There were a lot of people talking about like Petrino year 2 bump with Talon Green type of thing, and it's looking pretty solid.
I mean, Petrino used to be one of those guys that mattered. We talk about coaches that matter, coaches that, make quarterbacks better, make offenses better. Petrino used to be one of those guys. Now, he hasn't been in a long time, but he's probably also not coached a guy as talented as Talon Green, with where he's been the last, handful of years.
We've seen a little bit of resurgence from those 2010-esque coaches that are good now again offensively. We thought like the game had passed them by, and then now all of a sudden they're kind of like Malzahn had his moment. Chip Kelly, coaching at Ohio State, had his moment. And now Bobby P. even.
You said check back on October 11th. Is that when we play them, I guess?
Yeah, but before then, they're at Ole Miss this week, at Memphis, and then Notre Dame.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna have I think we'd have a pretty good inclination of what they are after this week. If they go into Ole Miss, if they play well there, then okay, maybe they're legit. But you're definitely gonna find out between the trip to Memphis and the home game against Notre Dame.
The last thing I want to do is have to sweat Arkansas on October 11th.
You'd hope that no matter how good Taylor Green's playing, like just the revenge game factor from the team will carry you in that one, and just being at home.
Let the boys come in, and because if you lose this weekend to Georgia, you need to be tested. You need some ranked wins. You're going to need to build that.
This
resume.
is what you wanted. You wanted Oklahoma to be good. And now they're 13th in the country. I'm sitting here looking at it. Mississippi State just beat Arizona State.
Bring them in. Let's go.
We're going to come into this. We're going to beat Georgia, and then we're going to be looking down the barrel of a ranked Mississippi State or ranked Arkansas.
Oh, not Mississippi State. Oh, God. A ranked Arkansas.
That's what you wanted.
Who cares about ranked? Did you not see that girl's AP top 25? People don't know what the hell
they're doing. It's just for fun.
Yeah, that poor girl.
I know.
She's getting lambasted.
Did you message her, Bubba?
Why would I?
Just offer a shoulder to cry on?
No, that's a little too far. She's all the way on the other side of the country. I can't make that work. Not on my salary.
Not for her. If she was a little cuter, you'd find a way, but not her. I agree. Yeah, she's not long distance.
I don't think you want sports journalist girl.
Tell me, I shouldn't go after women in sports.
Diana Rossini. If she ever said she needed me, I'd be there.
Kay Adams.
I'd be there in a heartbeat. I'd beat Sham's ass for Kay Adams.
She's a fraud.
He's an afterthought. He fumbled that bag.
Oh, they're not a thing anymore?
I don't think so.
Oh, damn.
Maybe it's just not basketball season.
Yeah, I think that's really it. Hour 2 in the books. We'll kick off hour 3 with some headlines. Find out what's going on with Angel Reese. It's coming from Bubba right at the top of the hour. Stick with us. It's Talk Sports on Fanrun Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
Now, it's time for your Atlanta Braves morning update. Presented by Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Get clean car happy at any of the 250-plus Tidal Wave Auto Spa locations today.
Braves drop Game 2 to the Cubs. I'm Barrett Salee, and this is your Braves Radio Network morning update.
Get clean car happy all season long at Tidal Wave with exclusive membership discounts, giveaways, and more. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com/Braves for more information.
Braves had a chance to take the series from the Cubs on Tuesday night, but they couldn't get the job done, falling 6-1 in Game 2 of the 3-game set. Spencer Strider had a solid outing, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs. He walked 3 batters and gave up 8 strikeouts, but he was tagged with the loss. He's 5-13 on the season. Jurickson Profar provided the only RBI of the night. He had an RBI single in the 3rd. That plated Ronald Acuna Jr. That was the only run of the day. But speaking of Ronald Acuna Jr., 2 for 3 with the double is Ronnie. He was slumping going into this series, but it seems like he has caught fire at the plate. Game 3 coming up tonight. Chris Sale gets the ball. He's 5-4, has a 2.38 ERA and 132 strikeouts. Jamison Tyone going for the Cubs. He's 9-6, has a 4.15 ERA and 81 strikeouts. For leadoff show with myself and Chris Domino coming your way at 6. First pitch against the Cubs with Ben and Joe, 7:15 Eastern, right here on the Braves Radio Network.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fanrun Radio.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you've actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth Only Drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw Premium Vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw Premium Vodka. Please drink responsibly.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power Rankings, Tuesday Trivia. John Reed and Cody going wild, no Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10, ayy. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen, ayy. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Morning booming from 7 to 10, ayy. Morning booming from 7 to 10, ayy. Morning booming from 7 to 10. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville.
Hour 3 headlines kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. It's Wednesday. That means it's trivia night down at Barley's. If you want to drink some booze and eat some pizza and play some trivia, Barley's tonight, 8 p.m. Or if you want to wait until tomorrow, sports trivia at Barley's on Thursdays. Shout out to Barley's, a great partner. We'll be there watching that maybe ranked Mississippi State team taking on the maybe undefeated Tennessee Vols at the end of the month. Make plans now to hang out with us down at Barley's for a Tennessee football watch party. Love Barley's. Love my guys over there. All right, Bubba, before we get to Cody, what's going on with Angel Reese? You've been teasing this for an hour and a half. What you got?
Well, besides the fact that she's, ruled out for Thursday because of a back injury.
They're going to have to trade her after what she did. Did you see what she did, Cody, where she called out her team and then they suspended her for a half? But then a video came out of the GM kind of doing some weird stuff. And people are now saying she's got to force her way out of Chicago. She also apparently introduced Caleb Williams to her nail tech.
That's the big news, John. Angel Reese has the same nail tech as Caleb Williams. She really wanted to do his nails, and she absolutely killed it. And Angel Reese is so proud.
People were saying that nail tech must have the patience of an angel to deal with Caleb Williams and Angel Reese.
Remember, while some of your quarterbacks could be studying film, the one up in Chicago is sitting in a leather chair with foam inserts.
Sam, did you see Dan Orlovsky's breakdown or the way he was gassing up Cam Ward?
I did.
Tape?
Makes me feel good with some national talking heads just giving him praise.
A lot
of people that ran out of the back of the end zone, Dan Orlovsky.
Well, yeah, he ran out of the back of the end zone. That's fine. We're not saying he's playing quarterback. We're saying he's watching film. But enough of the film people were talking about how Cam Ward kind of got let down, how he has it. So that made me feel pretty good. All right, Cody, let's hit your headlines.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.
The Packers reward Christian Watson with an extension amid his recovery from torn ACL.
Seems like a weird move because I don't even know if he's worth $17 million whenever he's healthy, much less coming off of an injury.
Bringing back the old headline bumps.
I feel like there's a little music behind it.
It's what we used to do back in the day. We used to bump the headlines. Yeah, give me the news. Yeah, give me the news. Yeah. Dolly Parton, Tennessee game day picker. Wouldn't that be?
You sound like that Andy Bowser guy right
I might
now.
turn it off.
You can't ride a damn beat. You're more off beat than Andy when he's rapping.
Yeah. Give me the news.
You're more off beat than him, and that's really saying something.
Yeah. You're the one I want to hear it from. Former rapper over here.
Well, yeah, that's exactly who you'd want to hear from. If somebody could stay on beat. I could stay on beat.
That actually rapped.
I could stay on beat.
Had a great rap career. When are you going to release those tapes?
I don't have them.
A lot of people want to hear them.
I've posted them before. People have listened to them. I can stay on beat.
Yeah. Well, good for you, man. College game day is coming to Knoxville this weekend. Miami and South Florida kind of thought they got snubbed People down in Miami are not happy. They're not taking the news well about game day coming to Knoxville instead of their place.
Like they'd show up for game day.
Well, I don't know. Some of them would. I saw where their Hard Rock Stadium was not, it was not seen as a place that they really wanted to do it, I think, because of some rental issues with the stadium or something like that. I don't know if it's true, what I read. That's why I'm being so kind of vague about it, because I don't know if what I read was true.
So that whole you want me to be wrong? Not today, but it just took an hour for you to maybe be giving us fake news.
I don't know if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're maybe giving us fake news already?
Well, that's why I didn't give it. That's why I said it so vaguely.
Yeah.
That's what I just said, actually.
Right, but why even bring it up at all?
Well, because it could be true, could not be true. So, the fact that it's possible it's true, I wanted to get the information.
That's not how news works. Could be true, could not be true. I don't know. That's not how it works.
Actually, that kind of is how it works nowadays. Kind of is how it works. A lot of news we don't get nowadays, because of certain slants from the media. They don't want us to see certain things.
That's true.
Boy, could I get into that. Illinois is receiving a historic $100 million donation from their alumnus Larry Gies. Gies. Gies.
It's so cool to be rich.
Yeah.
I don't really want to have to do the work that comes along with getting rich. I've never been interested in that part of it, but it'd be cool just to be rich.
Well, you'll never be rich if you're not willing to do the work.
I know.
And think about how cool it'd be to
just born into it.
Yeah, but that ain't
I wasn't born into poverty or nothing. I had a good upbringing. I had a good,
Well, we weren't born into wealth. I mean, that's
what I'm saying.
We are.
It'd be really cool.
It would be until you
Jim Irsay has got to be born rich.
It'd be cool until you crash your Maserati drunk and kill somebody.
Yeah,
because you don't have any
Jeannie Buss has never.
There's never anything holding you back in your life.
Well, not everybody would be an addict or just run around making bad decisions. Jeannie Buss she seems pretty happy and level-headed. I mean, she just sold the Lakers for $10 billion or whatever it was. She didn't do anything to earn that.
It'd be so cool to just be the driving factor behind your team winning a championship. My money did that. You guys weren't doing it without me.
I like Steve Ballmer for what he's doing. We'll see what's going to happen, and I don't know if you guys saw the apparent list of demands that came out that he demanded from the Raptors. And he wanted ownership stake in the Toronto Maple Leafs. He wanted all this extra stuff. And the fact that he didn't go to the Raptors but went to the Clippers would make me think that maybe the Clippers did offer something that was more than money to get him to go there. But I appreciate Steve Ballmer going all out for a championship. I appreciate Jerry Jones of the 90s. I appreciate Mark Cuban, because Cuban, kind of did the same thing, turning his franchise into something. I wish the Titans owner would get off her ass and go do something.
Ain't ever going to happen.
Another film study that I saw just now, Sam, Steven Ruiz, he's breaking down Cam Ward too, and he's saying the same things. Said one snap into Cam Ward's tape and already giggling like an idiot. Wow, he's going to make me respect the Titans. I'm sick to my stomach.
The $100 million gift is the largest in Illinois athletic history and believed to be among the biggest ever given to a college athletic department. It comes less than a month after I told you about the Kansas news, remember, where they received a historic $300 million gift for their stadium. So Illinois will be renaming their football stadium for this guy. Larry Gies. He made the donation in memory of his late father, Larry Gies Sr.
I don't like the way you're saying his last name. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't sound right.
How would you say it? Gies.
I don't know what it is.
Gies.
I don't know what it is. I'm just saying I don't like the way you're saying it.
Gies. Gies.
Gies?
I'm going with Gies.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I probably would too.
Guys? Geese? Geese? Like a flock of geese?
I don't know.
Larry Gies Sr. He served in the U.S. Army. Have a little damn respect. Rick Barnes was asked what the legendary Pat Summitt might think about his last 10 years in Knoxville from Camille Gear, WBIR. She's pretty hot.
Whoa, Bubba! This
and
you gonna let him talk about her like that, Bubba?
That's my coworker.
We are team respect.
Well, you
women.
should let her know that I think she's kind of hot.
Be careful.
I'm being careful.
Is this
I'd be extra careful?
Is this
with her.
you shooting your shot? This is kind of what Travis Kelce did with Taylor Swift. Like this is kind of similar.
I don't know. She's single.
I don't know. Only one way to find out.
You work with her, Bubba?
I did.
Camille Gear, sports anchor, WBIR.
She was at the height of Caitlin Clark up in Iowa, up in that area.
Yeah, I mean, I stand
Oh,
by
she was?
my stand by my original statement.
Was she in school at the time, or just?
No, she finished UT, went to WIMT up in Hazard, and then went to Iowa.
And then came back to.
Although she did spell Pat Summitt's last name wrong, which as the sports director at
she is a
WBIR,
blonde.
What are you saying?
Stereotypes, you know.
Rick Barnes said that he believes Pat would say to him, "I'm proud of you," after hearing about his lifetime contract extension. The fact is, I wish she was still here. He recollected working with Pat back in the day because they were both Converse shoe people, and they both used the same basketball brand, Bowden balls or whatever. So they had a lot of interactions over those things. But Barnes said he thinks that Pat would say, "I'm proud of you."
Aw.
Darren McFadden said that he always would have gone to Arkansas, even if they didn't pay him any money. I guess they asked him if he ever got paid anything for going to Arkansas. He said that he would have gone from the day he was offered, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They didn't have to pay or anything. So I guess he kind of skirted around whether or not they actually did pay him. I'm sure they gave him some money. One of the more underrated running backs in SEC history, I'd say. Would you agree with that?
No.
Okay. The SEC show.
I disagree.
The SEC network show Out of Pocket has been canceled. Alyssa Lang confirmed the news last night that her show was canceled this year.
Wow.
They've also put out the full video of this girl on the train in Charlotte.
Do you think maybe she needs a shoulder to cry on? Alyssa Lang, that is? Bad timing.
That was bad timing.
Bad timing.
I'd say it's very bad timing.
I
knew
was
what
trying
you
to
meant.
get it out with Alyssa Lang, and then it's bad timing. That was in Charlotte?
Charlotte Light Rail, yeah.
Oh, I assumed that was a different country altogether. Whenever I was like seeing
Why would
headlines,
you
Oh, that
assume
is
that?
a different country.
like assuming I was like I didn't watch the video, but I was like saw the discourse surrounding it, and I saw a steal from it, and saw like people saying what happened, and I assumed that was not in America.
No, that's about as American as it gets.
Okay, well, bad timing on me. I was obviously talking about you trying to talk to Alyssa Lang because
We did used to DM.
She used to DM you. That's a running joke on the show.
If you're listening to that, Camille, just so you know, you wouldn't be the first TV girl that I've interacted with in DM.
Where did that fall apart, Cody?
I think
after about the third DM,
Cody got drunk probably and just said some real vile stuff.
No, I didn't say anything bad. I just said,
"Hey, Alyssa,
I didn't say anything bad.
if you're ever in Knoxville and you want to go out and party, you let me know.
Well, when you say it in that voice, it sounds bad. but
Promise me you'll let me know if you ever want to party in Knoxville."
You don't know what
You
the
went to
DM
South
said.
Carolina.
I got a
there
good
messed
idea.
with the South Carolina game.
I mean, the fact that she was replying, and we were having a conversation. She donated to my GoFundMe when I got carjacked, actually. So
Maybe you should give her some of that money
I have.
back.
What'd you say?
You should tell her that you want to take some of that money and give it back to her.
Yeah.
in the
I
form of
have.
a date.
I can't help it that you guys don't have a text relationship with Alyssa Lang. I mean, and I'm going to let Alyssa know, of course, that I'm sorry to hear about her show getting canceled.
I don't really
Uh,
want an
that-
update on the Charlotte person. That's a very gross story. It's a very sad story.
Yeah, it is very gross.
I don't know if
It's
I want an
very
update on
upsetting to a lot of people
it. Yeah, I don't know if we
who have
if I
been
want-
fed one thing by the media for years and are now feeling a different way about it. It's,
What's the story? I guess tell me the story because all I know is somebody got killed.
You can imagine where it's going. It's a very divisive story.
All I know is someone got killed.
Well, they let this guy. He had been arrested 12 or 14 times. Like there's 12 to 14 mugshots of this guy who had been. He's a total maniac. Should have never been on the train.
12?
Should have been locked up years ago. And this guy, he's just out walking the streets. And so this Ukrainian girl,
So that's why I thought it was a different country because I saw Ukrainian. So I was thinking like
she's a Ukrainian refugee. So
I was thinking some damn war.
She fled war in Ukraine only to find American violence on the train. So she fled war, came to America, and then gets stabbed to death by this maniac on a train who just was not provoked or anything. They had no interaction. There was nothing. He was just sitting there behind her, and a couple minutes pass, and suddenly he just takes out a pocket knife and just starts jabbing her in the throat. And it's now in the video you can see her just like the panic on her face, and
okay,
like,
I don't want to
she
hear.
bleeds out.
Yeah, I don't want to hear the details.
Well, you asked.
Well, I know. I wanted the story. But thank you. I just don't want to.
Well, I mean,
So
sometimes,
why is it
sometimes you need to see.
Well, hold
it,
on. What's divisive about it?
I don't want to.
I feel like everyone's pretty united. Like, hey, let's not stab people on trains. Like, I don't think that's a very
there's more
divisive.
to it, but I'm not going to.
No, I want to know because you're on the other side of the internet.
I'm not on any side of the internet, but I see what people are saying. There's what a lot of people believe.
What are they saying? Like she shouldn't be in the country.
We don't have to live like this, Like that these people should be locked up and put away or executed or shipped away or something.
Who are these people? Just criminals? Because I think
criminals.
Like, hey, 12 times.
Yeah, criminals.
But what's divisive about that? Like, hey, keep criminals in prison.
I think
don't kill people. Should we not be united on that?
I think you know what people are saying.
I really, truly don't. But maybe you could tell me during the commercial break because I really, truly don't. Because I was very ignorant on that story. I thought it was.
It's gone. I mean, it's
because I get a lot of the footage that hits mine and be like, look at this bombing, the Israel palace, like all that stuff. I'm like, I don't want to watch people. Gaza, I don't want people to watch die. I don't want to watch that at all. It's crazy to me that you can post that on social media, people dying. Which I mean, I get.
Yeah.
I guess some of it, you're like, hey, you need to see it. It's news, but like, I don't want to see it. Scroll.
Another thing, I just want to say my long-standing theory about. I mean, this girl did happen to be blonde, so.
It's not your theory. It's Patrice O'Neal's theory. You don't get to take credit for his theory.
I didn't get it from Patrice.
Well, whoever you got it from him. So it's not
probably Bill Burr. He's kind of the middleman there.
Yeah.
Him and Patrice were big buddies.
Yeah, it's not your theory.
Yeah.
But anyways, you can tell me why it's divisive during the break. We'll get back to sports. Stick with us right here on Fanrun Radio.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fanrun Radio, Knoxville.
Dick's House of Sport at Westtown Mall is a destination devoted to sport, and it's your destination for exclusive events and experiences. Come visit a store like no other. Check out our 40-foot rock wall, golf performance center, Hit Track's batting cage, and outdoor turf field. You can now rent our space for private events and birthday parties. Learn more about our events and exclusive product launches on Facebook and Instagram at Dick's House of Sport KNX. Dick's House of Sport, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics.
Friday Night Lights are back, and that means so is the SM Athletics Friday Night Scoreboard Show. Join me, Tim Hill, a.k.a. Vol Tim 85, and my crew every Friday night starting at 9:30 p.m. Live action, live calls, and all of the biggest talking points in East Tennessee high school football. It's the Friday Night Scoreboard Show presented by SM Athletics right here on Fanrun Radio, 1340 AM, the free Fanrun app, and streaming live on YouTube on Fanrun TV.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronaknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronaknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Hey Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Hey Knoxville,
Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Whether you are buying or selling a home, or even looking for some land to build on and start a family, be sure to give Reed Emerson with Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate Heritage Group a shout. He is a longtime listener and supporter of Fanrun and has been serving the Mid-State for many years. Reed prides himself on his hassle-free and honest approach, and that's because he's not just chasing another commission. He wants what is best for his clients. Give Reed Emerson a call or text him today to get the process started. His number is 931-492-0418, or you can find him online at bhgheritagegroup.com.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Overrated. Very overrated.
It's overrated.
Overrated, my friend.
Overrated. I'm going to tell you why.
I think that's a solid rated right there. It's perfect rated.
He underrated, man. He got some swag. He has some real swag.
Lobsters are underrated. They don't die.
Lobsters are indeed underrated, as they do not die. I don't know. They die by the sword a lot of times, and in pots too, you know. So I wouldn't say lobsters don't exactly die. But enough of lobsters and train stabbings and other sorts of things that happen. And people from Oklahoma, we don't know anything about them. Yeah, it's overrated, underrated on this beautiful Wednesday in Knoxville, Tennessee, a game week. And to go along with the theme of Georgia, we'll go with Bulldogs. Are they overrated or underrated?
You know, I got a friend named Matt who hates Georgia. And he kind of brought to attention just the treasonous nature of the Georgia Bulldogs. You know, the red coat band, the English Bulldog as their mascots. Like, what the hell are they doing over there? Just yearn for the days of Great Britain? Bulldogs, I've gone on rants about Bulldogs before. They're pathetic. They can't breathe. They can't have sex. They can't reproduce without our help. Like, they're a smack to the face of God. And I've been saying that for a long time.
He made them.
No, he didn't. They are genetically mutated. Yeah, we made them.
God made everything.
No.
He made us, that then made the dog.
Correct.
Yeah, but it's part of his plan.
Not always.
Oh, okay.
Not always.
Okay. I don't know if that's a path you want to go down, buddy.
We have free will, brother. I don't think it's a path you want to go down.
I don't think you want to go down that path. Saying God didn't create bulldogs.
Okay. My take's long stamp, Bubba. They're pathetic animals. This is a bulldog in human form right here. Just right here to the right of me, left on your screen. This is a bulldog in human form. Soak it in. Let it wash over you, Bubba. Now answer the question. Are bulldogs underrated or overrated?
I've got my answer.
No rebuttal there, Cody.
I have nothing to say.
You throw him in the water, he's going to sink down to the bottom, just like Max did, my dog. They can't swim. They can't do anything.
I'm at a loss for words.
But drink coffee. That's all they can do.
All right.
Cody, are they overrated or underrated?
I like them. I mean, I'd say they're properly rated. My football coach used to have a bulldog named Fred, and I always liked hanging out with Fred when Fred would come around. I like them because they're lovable. They move slow, but they're full of love. You know, they're. I like bulldogs. I mean, I never had a problem with a bulldog. Just because they're a little chubby, just because they can't breathe, and they got those rolls of fat. I mean, they're still very cute animals. I like them. Now, you could say it's more, is it on humans for breeding them the way that we did? No, because it's part of God's plan. But if you did want to attribute it to us, like saying bulldogs are a negative stain on society, it would be our fault if you looked at it that way. But that has nothing to do with the bulldog. It ain't his fault. You know what I mean? He's just trying to exist out here. He's just trying to go to work and support his family, make a check and support his family. I mean, he shouldn't be ridiculed just for existing. You know what I mean? I mean, the guy's just trying to make a paycheck, live day to day, support his family, maybe have enough money to walk around and enjoy himself from time to time. Maybe he likes going to bars. Maybe he likes going to bars and hanging out with the other bulldogs sometimes, and maybe he does get a little too rowdy.
We're no longer talking about
maybe
bulldogs,
he does
here.
get a little too rowdy. Well, that's the bit, Bubba.
Support his family.
Maybe he likes going to Golden Corral every now. Maybe, Shoney's. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody, but there's a reason it exists.
Family?
Maybe it's genetic in some form. He wasn't predisposed to be a good-looking dog. Not everybody has the same great genetics that others do. It's not his fault that he has a receding hairline. That diabetes runs in his family. He can't hold a job. I mean, because he wants to go see the country. I mean, some people like to explore.
Damn, he's taking out his ancestors on the way out, all the genetics.
So anyway, I think the Bulldogs properly rated. I give him proper. He's a good boy.
All right. We think about Georgia. We think about Athens, Georgia. But also, what about Athens, Greece? And there we think about Greek mythology.
Athens, Tennessee. Ever heard of it? The friendly city, a Battle of Athens. How about we give us a little love? Mayfield's. Ever heard of Mayfield's ice cream?
Moving on to the next.
That's pretty cool,
what
right?
Are you gonna do? Athens, Greece. Is that what you were going to do?
He's doing Greek mythology.
Yeah, it was going to be Greek mythology. If that's overrated or underrated.
I loved it when I was a boy. I loved Greek mythology. I was obsessed with Hercules. I watched all those movies. They're all based on a true story. The Titans. Release the Titans. We both loved Titans when we were kids. Yeah. You loved the Titans football team. I loved the Titans and Hercules. The spinning tornado, the big volcano of fire, but somehow they came to life. And then there's the earthquake, and they just smash, smash, smash.
Now, just to be clear, you said that's based off a true story?
Yeah. Yeah. It was a joke.
You sure?
Can't be sure about anything. I mean, it was a long time ago. I wasn't around to know.
I got to be honest. I hated kind of Greek mythology whenever I had to learn about it. I found it to be overrated. I get the idea of you want to tell stories and teach lessons to kids and people through these stories and through these characters, but it always confused me that there was Greek mythology and Roman mythology, and they had different names, but kind of the same role. I never really liked it.
I thought it was a nice break between all the lies we were told in social studies. The founding fathers were good people. The
here
pilgrims,
comes political Cody here.
The pilgrims and the natives, we shared Thanksgiving
together.
Oh,
wow. Woke Cody's trying to ruin Thanksgiving now.
Hey, look, it's an Indian sitting by a guy with a belt buckle on his hat, and they're eating corn together. Yeah, I'm sure that's how it worked. So I thought the Greek mythology was a nice break.
The woke mind virus has claimed another one. Now we can't eat Thanksgiving food together. Wow.
I liked it. I bet I watched Hercules like I don't know how many times. When I was in like first grade, we went on a stretch there where we would watch a movie every day in class, and I swear we watched my movie at least 25 times because every kid could bring their own movie, and I felt like maybe some of the other kids didn't bring their movie. Like I remember we watched Aladdin a lot and we watched Hercules a lot, but Hercules was my movie. I don't know if the teacher was just lazy and didn't want to play any other movies or if the other kids just couldn't bring a movie or what, but it seems like we watched Hercules like almost every day. Great movie. James Woods.
Bubba next.
So in Georgia, there's a city called Savannah. And in Savannah, there's a thing that they do their ghost tours. Are ghost tours overrated or underrated?
Boy, do I have a story on this.
Go first. Go ahead.
The worst $20 I've ever spent in my life was on a ghost tour. Sometimes you think about places you've spent money and where you've wasted money. I would have literally rather set if I had known before what it was going to be, I would have set the $20 bill on fire. Now, it was back in about 2010, so it was only $20. It's not like it, nowadays that ghost tour might be 40 with inflation and all, but it was in Branson, Missouri, which is where we went on spring break my junior year of high school. Why did we choose Branson, Missouri as a group of teenagers to have a good time? I don't know, because it wasn't a good time. But we went on a ghost tour, and the whole tour was just walking around a brick building. And, they gave us these special, glasses that were supposed to be, I don't know what the hell they were. They were like 3D glasses, but they weren't 3D glasses. And, you would just stare at this brick wall. You walked around like a city, like a block, a town square block, and the tour guide would be saying things about back in early 1920s, this happened. She's like, if you look close, look for the orb. Look at the orb. And I would put my glasses on looking for the orb. No orbs.
I got to be honest, McClure, this sounds like something that would be right down your lane. It's just like taking a tour and learning about an old city. That's essentially what it is. You learn about these old buildings, you learn about these cities. That's what you say you like doing.
No, but when
culture,
there's
you like traveling.
It's a big difference when there's architecture, like a tour of the Chicago River, for example. Not something you would like to do, but I would appreciate the beautiful architecture.
That's kind of what you're looking at, these old buildings in Savannah.
No. I'm talking about a brick building. I'm talking about a damn brick building. It looks basically like a damn barber shop or something. Just a regular old brick building.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I don't know. I've gone back and forth over the years. Part of me thinks it's really silly, and it's just something we've talked ourselves into just to kind of have a good time with ourselves. But then sometimes you are in a place and you just get a weird, creepy, kind of eerie feeling, Is that a spirit? I don't know.
Sam, do you believe in ghosts?
Why not?
When I was a boy, we used to go in this old church. They always said it was haunted, and we would trespass. We'd break in there and go up into the attic of the church, and we'd take a Ouija board up there and try to get it to, do things. I don't think anything really happened, but we creeped ourselves out.
I think a lot of times that's kind of what it is, but there's so many people that have ghost stories that I choose to believe. Everyone's got a story, or most people got a story, and some of them are pretty good stories. I choose to believe them.
I'd honestly kind of like to have an encounter myself.
I feel like I have, personally.
Where?
Old house I used to live in. It wasn't anything
fun.
It wasn't anything crazy. But I just felt the woman had died in the house. She's an old woman, and she apparently died in her sleep in the house. And I'd sometimes feel like I felt her there. My dog used to go and bark at the back room frequently and just bark at random stuff. And I don't know. They always say dogs can sense all that stuff. So him just randomly flipping out in the back room at stuff helped play into that. But one night I just was laying in one of the rooms and just felt something there. And I asked the guy whose room it was. He wasn't there. And I texted you ever feel like your room is haunted by chance? And he was like, why do you say that? I was like, I don't know, man. I was in here and I just felt something. He's like, are you being serious? You messing with me? He's like, because I think that all the time. He's like, whenever I'm in there, I always feel it too.
Was it under the covers you felt it?
No, it's just in the air.
That old woman?
No, it was just in the air.
John, it's Ethel again. And I'm so horny. John,
Maybe.
won't you touch me?
It's basically just the plot of the movie X, if you've ever seen it. You should watch it.
You know, it's
like
fun.
boobs.
It's fun to believe in, but don't you think you probably just talked yourself into it? You know what I mean? Because
Do you believe in ghosts or aliens more?
Definitely
that's a good
aliens.
question.
Well, aliens are 100% real. I think it's dumb to not believe.
What do you mean aliens are 100% real? Like aliens
Because
that
of the-
like fly in spaceships and stuff?
No, I mean extraterrestrial life, because the universe is so vast.
When you say like extraterrestrial life, you mean like just like
other life forms in the-
organisms, just like a
Yeah.
little like squid or like
well,
a
whatever.
plant?
Yeah, other life forms in the universe.
Humans?
I
Or
don't-
like human like creatures?
Probably.
People that like walk around?
Probably things that are advanced. Yeah, like I think we would be naive to not believe that at this point. The universe is so big, like we would be it'd be pretty arrogant to think we're the only life forms in this entire universe.
I mean, I think it's just an interesting question because people have had they feel like they've had encounters with ghosts and stuff like that. I don't feel like too many people can be like, yeah, I saw an alien today.
There's a podcast host who talks a lot about this stuff that you should check out. You ever hear of Joe Rogan?
Bubba? More likely to be real, aliens or ghosts?
Ghosts.
You believe in ghosts?
Half the time.
I feel both things are probably real, just not the way that we've depicted them in popular culture, you know?
I think aliens are more on like a microscopic level, you know, like a little cell that maybe starts developing and, you know, evolving over time. Consider that an alien. But as far as like a physical present being, no. But then, you know, when it comes to supernatural stuff, like, you know, all of us here have conscience. We can tell when we're happy and sad and hungry and thirsty and stuff like that. We can see around us. And what happens whenever we, you know, end up on a train in Charlotte and stuff like that. Who knows what happens afterwards? So then at that point, you know.
I regret asking.
What about the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot?
Bigfoot for sure.
Bigfoot for sure?
Yeah.
Wouldn't some redneck have killed him by now, though? Wouldn't we have a body?
Well, I don't think. Look, here's what I don't
Wouldn't some
think.
deep sea fishermen have gotten the Loch Ness Monster by now?
Right. Probably.
I don't.
That's
think,
what I'm saying.
I think if they had gotten him, they would have showed us. The fishermen.
That's
love,
what I'm saying.
Fishermen love showing off their damn fish, but I would say that I don't think Bigfoot's just one person.
Bigfoot is whoever you make him.
Well, I don't mean it like that. I just mean like I would say that if Bigfoot was out there, it'd be a whole big community of big feet. There'd be many of the Bigfoots.
Yeah, you'd think that they would reproduce and make new ones. Probably just a legend. What about the legend of the Woolly Swamp? You think he's real?
Okay, Bubba, anything else?
We could do pecan pies, or we can go, you know.
What's the Georgia tie with pecan pines? Just a lot of pecans down in Georgia?
Yep.
Peaches.
I think of peaches, yeah, when I think of Georgia, not pecans. But I guess you're right. I've seen those on the side of the road, too.
I don't like the way you guys are pronouncing that.
What about like Ludacris or T.I.? Or
See, I was going to go with musical artists
You
like,
can have whatever you
Future.
like.
You know, Outkast, Migos, stuff like that.
Future doesn't really do it for me. Overrated.
I think the state of Georgia is overrated.
What about cobbled streets?
Trey Young.
I think Atlanta's
A little
kind of
underrated.
overrated. I've always thought Atlanta was overrated.
I don't ever really do much in Atlanta outside
The world of
just
Coke?
go to games.
Overrated or underrated?
Coke?
Atlanta gives me a little bit of Dallas, Houston, like for being such a big city.
I've never heard of
Ain't that
anyone
great?
coming out of Atlanta and being like, man, this city's underrated.
Right.
I feel like everyone thinks it's overrated.
That's kind of what I'm saying. I've always felt the same way about
Or
Dallas
just
and
properly
Houston.
rated, I guess.
Very big cities, but what's so great about them, you know? Just a bunch of people there. Like,
I've had good times in Atlanta, but I pretty much just center around sporting events. I don't really like big cities in general. Knoxville's big enough for me.
Soldier Boy.
Soldier Boy, very underrated, actually. Soldier Boy, kind of ahead of his time. In more ways than one. And don't forget, Drake stole his flow, bar for bar.
Word per word. Childish Gambino.
Kiss Me Through the Phone was a bop. Childish Gambino, I don't really care for him as a rapper, to be honest. I like Donald Glover, the actor. I don't really care for Childish Gambino, the rapper. I acknowledge that he has good wordplay, but I just don't take him seriously as a rapper.
Drake stole Kiss Me Through the Phone?
Yeah. Basically, and turn it into Hotline Bling. Same concept, just the melody. There's a whole interview where Soulja Boy says he stole it.
Marvin's Room starts with a phone call.
Stole it. Bar for bar. Drake. I like it. I like Donald Glover, though, but I don't like Childish Gambino. So I'll say very overrated there.
The Varsity's overrated.
What do you have? What do you have? It's not even like it's not even like Athens, Georgia gets to claim Atlanta either. I don't think the University of Georgia gets to claim Atlanta. That's Georgia Tech. Like, that's like us trying to claim Nashville. We don't get to claim Nashville. We're the bigger football program and bigger school compared to Vandy. Yeah, but we don't get to claim Nashville.
Athens has a pretty nice bar scene.
I like Athens bar
If
scene.
you're just talking college towns, it's probably number one.
What about Augusta National, host of the Masters?
Well, they don't get to claim that either.
That's like us claiming the FedEx St. Jude Classic.
Yeah, not ours, but I mean,
whatever.
I'm not going to besmirch the Masters. I don't have any interest in going. My allergies, my eyes just start itching just seeing the commercials, but I acknowledge it's beautiful, and I understand it'd be pretty cool as a sports fan and golf fan. I just ain't got no interest in going out there and walking around. I went to the St. Jude's in Memphis one time, and it was cool for like 15 minutes. I was like, this is too much. I want to get out of here. It's hot. Can't really keep up with the action. I don't understand the appeal of going to golf events. You can't really keep up with the action. Sam, you go to a lot of golf events. Do you disagree with that? Because I mean, like, I feel like you're either stuck to one hole or you're following one player, but like you're not seeing the rest of the tournament. Sounds like you agree, but you're a golf fan. You're afraid to agree.
I think it's like it's different. If you want to watch like one certain player, you are going to miss some of the action. If you want to like see the tournament as a whole, I think there is a pretty. You can kind of. I think you have to pick kind of a group of some people that you want to see, like 4 to 5 groups, and then you kind of cycle through the hole. So you like follow one group to a hole, and then you walk ahead. And you kind of see a few come in, and then you walk 3 or 4 more holes ahead, and you kind of catch up with each person as you kind of go on.
Yeah, and I understand you can keep up with scoring on your phone and stuff, but you just miss so much of the action. Like, you go to a football game, you're going to get to see every football play. I mean, unless you're in the bathroom or getting a corn dog or something. Like, you go to a basketball game, you can keep up with that action.
You definitely don't get to see like how it's harder to see how the tournament plays out.
Right, that's what I mean, yeah.
I think and I also think it's kind of a niche thing because like, maybe if you don't play a lot of golf or you don't like appreciate it as much, like watching them hit the balls and hit the shots isn't as impressive probably to someone in person. But like, if you do appreciate that, seeing it up close and personal, it is a much different experience than watching it on
and maybe that was part of my problem, but like, I appreciate seeing the ball, like, you know, land on the green and you know, how the touch and all that. But like, I didn't get to see everybody's, but also didn't get to see it like from the right angles either. It wasn't like I was behind the guy and then got to see it up on the green. I got to see it kind of. I was like, is that good? Is that 5 feet? Is that 20 feet away? Hell, I don't know. Is that even on the green? I couldn't see it.
Apparently, I went to college with Camille Gear. That's what I'm hearing from the chat. Chat's telling me, not the YouTube chat, but my chat. I guess we went to school together.
She went to that community college in Arkansas too?
I got a degree from the University of Tennessee there, but
I ain't never seen it.
I don't think you want to go down this path of degree talk. One of us got 2. You've only got 1. I don't remember her in school though, but she's probably hot then too.
Just like you.
We'll see if we're able to reconnect.
The varsity athlete overlooking the journalist nerd classic tale. Now you can circle around and be like, hey, I'm sorry.
That is a regret.
Sorry I didn't give you any attention.
Looking back at my old days in school, that is a regret because I was a pretty cool kid when I was in school. And yeah, we didn't really talk to the band nerds, but some of those girls blossomed. You know, they get older and they're very beautiful women. Wouldn't even give them the time of day back then.
Last call on the other side. It's Talk Sports on Fanrun Radio.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fanrun Radio.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC. Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced. Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad, and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Ready to launch your career? Axle Logistics is a leading third-party logistics company where excellence is an energy. With an award-winning culture, Axle proves that positive outcomes come from a positive environment and a work hard, play hard mentality. At Axle, the drive for success is infectious. And with an uncapped commission structure, hard work isn't just noticed, it's rewarded. For those with big goals and even bigger dreams, Axle Logistics is the place to start your career. Last call here on the program as we wrap up this Wednesday show. Cody, is there anything you need to add before we get out of here?
I was just going to ask you to be honest. Did you guys hook up? That old lady before she died? She coming back for you?
I didn't live with the old lady. She didn't live there with me.
Did you guys get it on?
No.
Okay.
I hope you experience a ghost.
Oh, I've got a lot of ghosts. They live in my head.
Yeah.
I see ghosts in my dreams.
Okay.
I see the devil in my dreams.
I thought Bubba was the weird one, but you're coming for his mantle. All right, Bubba, what did we miss today?
A couple of teams. We have the 2025 WNBA playoffs officially set.
I felt sad for my Los Angeles Sparks last night. They had a good win at Phoenix, and they needed Seattle to lose. And with 40 seconds left, Seattle was down 1 at home. But then Seattle able to get clutch and win that game and clinch their spot in the playoffs. No playoffs for my Sparks, for Kia Jackson.
Ray Burrell.
I love watching Ray Burrell play. I love my girl De'Erica Hamby, a.k.a. Pete Davidson. She's an ATM, man. It's taking her over 16.5. Go look at her game log, Bubba, the last 2 weeks. I've been living like a king off De'Erica Hamby.
Ooh.
You ain't actually got to do it, but she's been 18, 20, 25, 30, 25, 30. And they keep setting it. 16. Boom. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Last night, 20. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Speaking of money, a report has come out that Kawhi Leonard's uncle had us the Toronto Raptors for no-show sponsorships.
Yep. I kind of briefly talked about that, and the list of demands they had for the Raptors made me think that they probably had a list of demands for similar teams, and that maybe the Clippers said yes. So we'll find out.
And then in big news, we have Wander Franco, the NBA or not NBA, MLB player that was involved with minors, asking for mental health and to be checked into a facility.
Did you see what Joey Aguilar's father said?
No, what did he say?
With On Three's Pete Nakos. They were talking about the UCLA-Tennessee quarterback swap. He said, "We don't have any problems with Nico. If anything, it's thank you. I think it's clear who won the trade. Look at the fans and the stats. Everything happens for a reason."
Yeah, no, if I'm Joey Aguilar and I'm the Aguilar camp, I've got no ill will towards UCLA or towards Nico. It is a God bless the broken road type of situation. You know what I mean? Hey, everything that we've done, every hardship, it probably sucked for Joey Aguilar to get recruited over by UCLA, for him to go there and then them actually be like, actually, we want Nico. But obviously they struck gold. Joey Aguilar has the most to gain in the country this weekend. If he beats Georgia this weekend, he is a Tennessee legend. He'll be stamped. Hell, if he just plays well and then plays well the rest of the year, he'll be stamped. His 1 year in Knoxville could change his life, not only monetarily in terms of the NIL compensation. That'll be good money, of course, but also just giving somebody a home. You know what I mean? I think we kind of underrate that for these players. I mean, when you transfer, and if you transfer from somewhere, you kind of cut those ties. They're not going to treat you like you're one of them. And if you go somewhere and you're just a player, they're not going to really wrap their arms around you either. Basketball wise, Tyreek King, he's not going to get some big standing ovation when he comes back to Knoxville, and wherever he left from, they probably ain't going to cheer for him either.
You keep making that mistake.
Key. Thank you. I caught myself. Tyreek Key. I haven't thought about him very often the last couple of years. But, there's plenty of transfers you could point to. Joe Milton leaving Michigan. They wouldn't have wanted anything to do with him. Comes here, handles himself the right way. Didn't even ball out. Just handle yourself the right way. Seem likable. He's got a home now. Joe Milton can always come back to Knoxville. Hendon Hooker can come back to Knoxville and get a rousing ovation and get treated like a legend. Joey Aguilar, I think, is at least going to hit the Joe Milton path of hey, you're one of us. You can always be here. Thank you. We love you. You're a quarterback. He has a chance of hitting Hendon Hooker level.
This would be a good week to bring Hooker back. Bring him out on the field.
He's playing football, or he's at least on a roster.
Yeah, I know.
He's busy.
Who's our honorary VFL is going to be at the game? Aren't we honoring Al Wilson?
It's
Big John.
Yeah, Big John.
Big
Henderson.
John, that's right. Yeah. Hell yeah. Big John Henderson. Boy, it'd be nice to have him out there at D-tackle, wouldn't it? Prime John Henderson again.
It would be nice. You got any eligibility left, John? You got a couple snaps in you? And John would be like, I got one. I got one snap. Then my knees are going to break. Ha, ha, ha.
Maybe get your boy Hainsworth in there with you.
That'd be nice.
What a duo. Imagine trying to block that. Imagine being an offensive line trying to block that. Lord. Then you got Will Overstreet coming off the edge. We should have played for a title that year.
One of those years we lost a bunch of games.
That damn Nick Saban.
That'll do it for us. Good Wednesday show. Shout out to the freaks. Thanks for listening. Check out the podcast if you missed any of it. The Tony Basilio Show coming up next right here on Fanrun Radio. Don't go anywhere. Stay locked in.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
Merritt Garage.